Peace, 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 love, light of healing, peace, love, light of healing, peace to the gods, peace to the earth. Y'all climb on in, climb on in. How y'all feeling? How y'all doing? Y'all know I've been going through a whole lot, y'all. Been going through a whole lot, man. But, you know, it's all good. Y'all climb on in. So, look, I put a statement up on Facebook, and I thought about it a whole lot. I'm like, should I put that statement as my title? So I didn't put it as my title because I don't want this video to get flagged. I did a very extraordinary video, and look, I like a small little docu-series on the difference, you know, between the so-called African American and how basically we come from the heavens and we are not of this earth. And they end up snatching it off the YouTube. So I end up having to put it on my Rumble channel, but I learned from my mistakes. So I presented this as a question, and the question is, and we're going to prove it, of course, and we're going to use all the government-backed articles, all of the peer-reviewed sciences, or what I call pure review scientific articles to back up what I'm saying. But the question is this: is there a biological and physiological difference between so-called white people and so-called black people, or what would I say, so-called Caucasian, because we know Caucasian is not really a word, and so-called African Americans? And we understand that Africa and America is two different continents, so we can't be that either. You know, I believe that we are the indigenous people of this land. We are, you know, the aboriginals of the Americas. That's what I believe, and all of my research and study shows that to be true. But, you know, for people to identify with what we're going to be talking about, you're going to hear me say black, you're going to hear me say white, you're going to hear me say African American, and you're going to hear me say Caucasian. So that's my disclaimer. I don't believe in those things, but us as a people, you know, we do identify with it. So you're going to be hearing me use that throughout this whole entire transmission. Before we get started, though, there's been a lot of stuff going down with my website. My website was cyber attacked by who I believe would be our government. Can't be nobody else, especially the bots and the technology that they use to actually get into my site, to redirect my site to these other different sites. We was able to actually get into the site and shut the site down. Nobody you know, payment information or nothing like that is at risk. We got that secured before it even got to that point. So all of y'all stuff is secured. All the orders that have been, you know, placed before we actually took the site down ourselves to put it under maintenance to make sure that this issue won't happen again. We got all of y'all orders. Y'all orders still would be shipped out in a timely fashion, in a timely manner. So I wouldn't worry about that at all. Y'all are good. For anybody that do need to order, though, make sure y'all hit up orders@YahkiAwaken.com, or y'all can call the office building. So before we get started, I'm going to share my screen with y'all, and I'm going to show y'all what I'm talking about. Did it share? Did it share? Let me share my screen with y'all real quick. All right, so this is the site right here, family. So notice if you go to the site, www.yahkiawaken.com, it's going to give you instructions on how to actually get, you know, these are messages to our members. And it just says, we want to thank you for your patience and your support. Our website is currently under maintenance, and y'all know why it's under maintenance, because all of the cyber attacks, and will be for a few weeks. So it's only going to be a few weeks till we get it back live again. All previous orders that have been received will go out at the normal shipping schedule. Please reach out to us at orders@yahkiawaken.com if you have any questions, or if you just want to verify your order. Say if you don't know if you ordered from the correct site, which you did, or say if you didn't get an invoice once you ordered, you didn't get a receipt, or say you just worried because you've seen the cyber attack and you want to know if the information was messed up and misconstrued in the site. You can hit us up at orders@yahkiawaken.com, and we are verified that we did in fact get your order, and we'll ship you out. Also, I open up the phone lines too to the warehouse. The warehouse is closed, y'all, so please do not be calling it right now, because I'm live and there's hella phones in this warehouse, so I'm gonna hear it. So, but the order number is 314-925-8317. You can call during business hours, which is between Monday and Friday, 9 a.m. to actually 6 p.m. I said 5 p.m., but we'll do 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. All right. To place an order anytime, especially outside of business hours, just email us at orders@yahkiawaken.com, y'all. All right, and make sure that you put your full name, you put your phone number, include the area code, the item you want to purchase. If you can't see the item, or if you haven't been on our site and you're new to our site, just tell us what you're going through, list your ailments and stuff like that, and then we will suggest you what to do. We'll send you how to do the dieting, how to do the diet program, switch it over to a Live It, and we'll tell you what you need to purchase from us, and we'll get it shipped out. And make sure that you put your complete shipping address. And again, we appreciate y'all. All right, another one too. On the 8th, y'all, on the 8th, which is in a couple of days, y'all, we will actually be in Prairie View, Texas, which is about 20 to 25 minutes away from Houston, Texas. Make sure that y'all cop a ticket. We gonna actually be at Prairie View A&M University, and we gonna be spitting some deep knowledge. So come get that knowledge. I'm actually going over in great detail at the seminar what I'm finna go over today, except for at the seminar, we going into great detail on how we are a chosen people and how our bodies can naturally heal itself. We're going to change the whole perspective, a way that we look at diseases, and how that we're biologically different from any other species on planet Earth. So that means our food must be different, our water must be different, the way we draw in breath must be different, the way we think must be different. So make sure y'all come out and y'all support us. Go to Eventbrite/HBCU/health/liberation tour and type in tickets, or you can go to the search bar and type in Yahki Awaken, and this tour pop up. Get your tickets. We'll meet you there. There will be food there. There will be drinks there. We're gonna be fraternizing. We're gonna be, just really it's gonna be a tribal thing. So come out, support and hear this knowledge. And please bring your pens and pads, because I am going in, family. I'm going all the way in. So make sure that you bring your pens and your pads. And that's in a few days, y'all. I can't wait to get out there to Houston, Texas. A lot of people are flying in from everywhere. We done seen people flying in from Las Vegas, California, Detroit. It's people coming in from out of the country, Canada. It's people coming in from the UK. So, there's going to be a lot of different varieties of people there. So y'all come out and y'all celebrate with us, and y'all get this knowledge and information. So basically, that's what I had to tell y'all. So look, the way I teach health is kind of different than a lot of people. And that's why a lot of people, once you get a hold of the information and once you able to digest the information, you stuck on it, because it's true. But when you first hear the information and what I'm talking about in the perspective that I'm coming from, it sounds kind of taboo because of all of the indoctrination that we've been going through as a people. So I understand, I overstand, and I understand that. There's a few people on Instagram that got millions of followers. I'm not going to mention their names because I'm not here to promote anybody, especially if you're talking down on me. But, there's a few Caucasian doctors, I'm going to call them Caucasian doctors, that's speaking down on my name and the diet that I push for my people. And the reason why I'm saying my people is because I am a part of a specific species, whether people want to identify with that or not. People are different. People not only different, people look different. People have different physiological structures. People have different anatomies. People have different taste buds. People have different skin tones. People have different textures of hair. People have different heights, different weights. People have different visceral fat. So we will be stupid. Let me not even say stupid, because I'm not here to even down nobody, but we will be out of our freaking minds to look at all of these different classifications of people and different tribes and different cultures and just different way of living and how they look completely different to say that we are all the same. That is a lie. And the government-owned science back this up. Now, could we vibe on a certain frequency? Yes, we can. Could we get down and y'all can come dibble and dabble in each other's cultures to get to know one another? Yes, we can. But for us to say that all people are the same and to push the same diet program on everybody, that is just crazy. And in fact, we are sick as a people by following this diet that, the so-called educational schools have provided for my people. That's the reason why we sick. It's a diet issue. So, of course, you can eat certain things and you can heal your body off a carnivore diet. It's these people that's pushing this big carnivore diet. All you eat raw meat, or you eat nothing but cooked meat. You eat meat in high fats and you don't eat anything else. And then you see that these people are getting great results. I agree. I never said that y'all was wrong. I actually agree with y'all's stance. What I disagree with is when you say that I'm wrong and you push that same diet on my people. My people are not your people. We are two totally different people with two totally different biochemical molecular structures and biochemical molecular makeup, and our physiology and the structure functioning of our cells is different. So if my people, which who I would call the so-called African American people, eat a high carnivore diet, high in meats, they're going to see a cleanse at first because they changed their diet. Anytime you change your diet, you're going to get a systemic blowback. You're going to go into a detoxification anytime, especially if you're mono eating and you mono eating meat. You're going to see a cleanse, an initial cleanse, but guess what's coming after that? It's high ketones. You're going to burn a lot of fat. You're going to lose a lot of weight. But guess what's coming after that? High protein, uric acid buildup, blockage of the kidneys. You see that? Bacterial infections start setting in and things like that. So I see a lot of, so-called African Americans listening to, and I'm not being racist, y'all. Let me put a disclaimer out there because y'all going to say this hate speech and do the same thing y'all did with my last channel. This is not hate speech. I'm talking about straight science here, y'all. I'm not being prejudiced. I'm not being racist. I got love for all people. If you draw breath and you're not an evil person and you're not going against nature, I got some type of love for you. Okay. So let's put that out there. But you can do that stuff. So it's a lot of Caucasians out here. It's a new Caucasian movement. Well, this is not new. This has been going on for, thousands of years with the so-called Caucasian, where they eat meat and they see how much of a stimulant it is to them. They see how they lose weight and they see how it purges their bodies of certain ailments and diseases. And then they start pushing it off on other people like we have the same molecular structure or we have the same biochemical makeup. And then they start pushing it on my people, or who we call the so-called African American people. Now these people to me because their kidneys are failing, or these people to me because they done messed up their diversity of gut microbiome inside of their stomach, or they coming to me because they have high uric acid sitting inside of their blood and they starting to change the blood composition, or they coming to me because they have parasitical infections, or they coming to me because they have high blood pressure, or they coming to me because diabetes and hyperglycemia is setting up because they have so many lipids from these meats inside of their bloodstream that it is covering up the cells and is not allowing insulin to penetrate the cells to bring glucose as a factor, as an energy source into the cells for ATP can fire it off. So just because it worked for you and your tribe and you and your people don't mean it worked for my people. So I'm here to set the record straight. I'm gonna show y'all a few articles first and then look, let's get to it. Now, am I saying that the so-called white man can't heal from the so-called black man diet? No, I'm not. I believe, and I have the science to prove, that if anybody adapt themselves to the indigenous diet, if anybody on planet Earth adapt to the true so-called African American diet, the true diet that we supposed to be eating, that we're not eating because we too busy eating like Caucasians, because the Caucasians actually is in control of the school systems, they're in control of education, they're in control of the dietary laws that's inside of our schools, and they're in control of the country. So of course they're going to push their diet. I'm not mad at them. If I went to war with a people and I wiped out a people and I put my stake in the ground and I claim my land as they land, they gonna follow my language because I won the war. They're going to follow my dietary law because I won the war. They're going to follow my education system because I won the war. So I'm not mad at y'all for even pushing it. That's your job to do that. Y'all came, y'all conquered. Hey, push your stuff. But it's me. My whole point and purpose in this reality is to free my people and to liberate their minds. I'm here to liberate their consciousness. So I have to tell them the truth. See, your job is to keep me oppressed. My job is to overthrow you. Your job is to keep me oppressed for you and your children and generations can stay in power. My job is to overthrow you and to take back my land and liberate my people so we can get back in the right positions that the Creator put us in from the beginning. So we have two totally different objectives. We have two totally different purposes. And then we have a singularity war that's going on too. And that's all of us fighting against the communists. That's all of us fighting against what's going on a global scale. So even though we have our own little thing going on, we still got to come together and we got to fight against this global warming. We got to fight against the food scarcity that's finna come, the water being polluted, the air being polluted. You see what I'm saying? So we have to make sure that we systematically looking at this the right way. But since we talking about diet today, I'm going to stick on diet. I'm not going to get into how y'all was created and where y'all came from. I already did a long segment on that. That's on my Rumble. And again, y'all marked that as hatred. So let's just stick to diet, how we are biochemically different, and we're going to prove it with scientists. Y'all ready to get this started? Type in some nines. We're going to dive deep into it, family. This information I'm finna bring forth will blow your mind. And if you have the money or the means or the will to make it to my seminar, at a Prairie University, come. We diving deep in it. This stuff will blow your mind. Stuff that they will never, ever, ever tell you. Because you have to remember, the moment that we start eating how we supposed to eat, we're going to unlock our minds. We're going to unlock our DNA, our junk DNA. We're going to detoxify. And that's going to enable us to actually expand our consciousness where it's supposed to be. And that's liberating. The moment that we are liberating, the moment we liberate ourselves, there is no use for other people. That's what I'm saying. So in order to keep this world going and to keep certain people in power, they have to keep you drugged up off of certain chemical foods. They have to keep you chemically castrated for you can't rebirth gods and goddesses in earth. They got to keep you at a certain level, y'all. Now, am I saying that all Caucasians have this thought or have this mindset? No, I'm not. I know some cool white people, family. So I'm not sitting here, but I'm talking as collectively as a group. We see the mind frame and we see what's going on with this country and what's going on with this world, what's going on with Russia, what's going on with the United States. We see how they think collectively as a people. Like, and we can't sit up here and say that this is racist. We speaking about pure facts. Look at what happened to us as a people. Look at what happened to the country. Look at what happened to the water. Look at what happened with pollutants. Look what happened. I mean, once you start getting into the Rockefellers, the DuPonts, you start getting into the Rothschilds. I mean, come on, y'all. Is we going to keep playing this game and pulling the racial card, or is we going to call a spade for spade and just keep it $1.50? I'm just saying. So I'm not speaking about an individual so-called Caucasian. I'm speaking about the Caucasian, so-called Caucasian race as a whole and the so-called African-American race as a whole. All right. Let's get it, y'all. Let's get it. Type in your nines. Let me know if you're ready for this. And we finna dive straight into it. And at the end, I will open up the phone lines. Let me get this up off the screen real quick so I can show these articles. Yes, y'all. All you got to do is go to eventbrite.com and get a ticket. It's in a few days. It's on the 8th. And let me say this again. I know some cool white people. I know some cool Caucasian scientists that I talk to every other day through email that actually sends me a lot of different results and a lot of different analogies and a lot of different perspectives from the work that they do in Illinois. They actually work at a laboratory in Illinois and they funnel me a lot of stuff, y'all, a lot of stuff. I'm cool with another white dude. I'm not going to say his name, but he just literally created some new technology to actually go to Ohio and to scan Ohio and test the water to see the levels of dioxin that's in the air and that's in the water source. You know what I'm saying? This is stuff that I couldn't get my hands on. So I know how to network, y'all. I know how to be cool with certain people to make sure that it benefit my people. So I'm not sitting here and saying that all white people are bad. All I'm saying is that we are different. Not only are we different on the outside and look different on the outside, but we are very, very freaking different when it comes to our internals. That's all I'm saying, family. So please do not mark this as hate speech. And we're going to talk about mixed people. We're going to talk about all of that because I know y'all, and we're going to open the phone lines too. So first, what I want to get into, of course, I have to do this, family. All right, these statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. The products that I attend to, this product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. That's my disclaimer for YouTube and for Facebook and for anywhere I'll upload this transmission. All right. I am not a doctor. I don't want to be a doctor. I am a master herbalist and I am a biochemist, and I'm very, very deep into metaphysician. That's what I do. That's what I excel in. I don't claim to be anything else outside of that. This is my niche. All right. Now let's get into it. So I talk about this a lot, family, and we're going to start with this because I do talk about this a lot. And it's just the difference in the vaginal microbiome in African American women versus women of European ancestry. There's a very distinctive difference in the actual gut microbial and in the vaginal microbiome or microbiome network that's inside of the vagina canal. So I want to put this out here as just a different way to look and monitor disease, or a different perspective of what disease actually is. This article is going to read and is going to say that the so-called African-American woman is actually subjected to more bacteria vaginosis than any other race. And as we keep reading through this, let me take this off real quick because I need y'all to understand and understand something. As we keep reading through these articles, you're going to see Dang, the black man, the black woman is more subjected to diabetes. Dang, the black man, the black woman is more subjected to heart disease. Dang, the black man, the black woman is more subjected to bacteria, vaginosis, urinary tract, STDs. Dang, the black man, the black woman is more susceptible to gout. Dang, the black man, the black woman is more susceptible to acidosis, kidney failure, major. And you have to ask yourself why. Not the pity party yourself and then get away from the question that's going to liberate you and free you health-wise. You have to ask yourself, why are we the highest in STDs? Why are we the highest in heart disease? Why are we the highest when it comes to all of these different diseases? When you start asking yourself why and you start studying, that's when you're going to figure, boom, bingo. Bingo. That's because I am a high ascended melanated being, but I am partaking in a culture that vibrates very, 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 very lower than me. I am partaking in a diet that resonant frequency my body don't even like to join with. You see that? I am taking on a language that confuse my frontal lobe. The English language completely fucks up our brains even trying to conceive this damn language. You see what I'm saying? So once you really start sitting down and you start asking yourself why, then you will understand why are we so highly accepted to all the diseases that's going on in America. But then you go across the world and globally and you see them eating the things that they supposed to eat, being in the environments that they supposed to be in, wearing the type of fabrics that they supposed to wear, and they not suffering from all the same diseases that we suffering from. So don't throw yourself a pity party. Sit back and ask yourself why, and then start studying off the why. That's how I study. That's how I know so much. And then the passion that I have for knowing is what brings my memory. Because I got to know this shit. Because I got to feed and heal my people. So, of course, I ain't finna forget what I'm saying right now. And that passion is what drives my memory. But what drives the knowing is wondering why. Why? I'm a nosy person. Why? Damn, why am I healing her? Why is herpes the number one amongst the so-called Negroid? Then you start studying herpes and where it actually come from and how it's not truly a STD. Because if it was a STD, then how the hell did the first individual get it in the first place? You start scratching your head. You like, hold on now. So this is the mindset that we have to start questioning everything. Even research my research. Everything I'm finna show you, look at it like it's a lie and then go back and research it yourself. Facts. Now check this out, family, because it's deep. This stuff is deep. So it's talking about the difference in vaginal microbiomes in the African-American woman versus the woman of European ancestry. Now check this out. I want y'all to read this. It says women of European ancestry are more likely to harbor a lactobacillus dominated microbe or microbiome. Whereas the African-American woman is more likely to exhibit. See, one harbor, I want y'all to pay attention to these words too, because words in science mean something. So one harbors lactobacillus dominated microbiome, but the black woman actually exhibits a diverse microbial portfolio, a profile, meaning that the black woman have more bacteria, prokaryotic cell bacteria, prokaryotes bacteria. I'm not even talking about eukaryotes, and we're going to go through this stuff, and that's the reason why I say that we come from prokaryotic cells. That's the reason why I talk about Henrietta Lacks so much, her placenta, the diversity of her cells that was inside of her womb, and how these Caucasian doctors took her womb and took her actual cells and took her placenta, and they studied these immortal cells because they don't die, and how pleomorphic they is. And from today, there are so many different medicines that help you with neurological diseases. They help you with bone deterioration diseases. They help you with stem cell research. Based off of one black woman, there have been generations of and billions of dollars created from these things. So many pharmaceutical drugs and medicines have been made off of these cells. And we're talking about prokaryotic cells here. We're not really talking about eukaryotes. Now, do we have eukaryotes? Of course we do. But we came into evolve that way from when we wanted to sustain ourselves on Earth. We gave ourselves eukaryotes. We said we're going to expand and evolve. Let's give ourselves these cells. But if we're going to talk about where you come from, if we're going to talk about that birth canal and how you're conceived, if we're going to talk about sperm and talk about eggs, we're talking about prokaryotes, prokaryotic cells, not eukaryotes. That's why I say that we are prokaryotic cells and we come from prokaryotes, and that the Caucasians is eukaryotic cells and they come from eukaryotes. That is a fact. Can't nobody prove me wrong on that. You can't, because it's science. It's theirs all throughout. We reading some of it now. All right, so that's the first difference, y'all. The first difference is we have more prokaryotic cells than they have prokaryotic cells. They have more eukaryotic cells than we have eukaryotic cells. That's the first cellular difference when we talking about the gut microbiome, or we talking about the vaginal microbiome. Our bacteria profile and our microorganism profile is completely different than Caucasians, than Asians, Mongolians, and any other different species on planet Earth. And we're gonna keep reading this time and time again, where it's gonna blow your mind how different we is. So you gotta ask yourself a question. If we so different, and I'm finna prove how different we are, why are they pushing oneness? Why do they act like we the same people? Why, when you go to the doctor, they treat you like you a 40-year-old Caucasian male when I'm a 34-year-old indigenous melanated being of Americas? Or you would take your daughter, my 16-year-old daughter, to the doctor, a so-called black woman to the doctor that's not even fully in her femininity yet, and I'm taking her to the doctor, she get treated as a 40-year-old white man. That's the statistics. That's what they go by. So and then you start checking the bioavailability of minerals in Caucasians. They don't have minerals like us. We are way more mineral dense than them. So they'll tell them, so based off the 40-year-old white man that don't have selenium, that lacks calcium, that lacks zinc, that lacks copper, that's low on the melanin chain, especially when we talking about sulfonated melanin that's low on that chain, they will say that she's mineral deficient. How is she mineral deficient? Oh, because you are putting her up to your statistics. That's why we need our own hospitals, y'all. That's why we need our own education systems. And that's why we need our own health fields, because it needs to be based off of our biology. I hope y'all truly getting what I'm saying here is super, super important, y'all. It's super important because a lot of us get falsely diagnosed with diseases that we don't even have, family. Over 300,000 people every year is falsely diagnosed of diseases that they're not even suffering from, because they are actually getting treated like a 40-year-old Caucasian male when they are in these offices, or they are in these doctors' offices or ERs, all of these different places that they sending us to, and they're gauging us off of different people. Just saying. These are the truth. This is the truth, man. You can't make this stuff up. Now, let me keep reading this. So check this out. This is what they say. They say women of European ancestry are more likely to harbor lactose bacillus dominated microbiome, whereas African-American women are more likely to exhibit a diverse microbial portfolio. Ooh-wee, that sound hard anyway. African-American women are also twice as likely to be diagnosed with bacterial vaginosis. Now, do y'all understand what bacterial vaginosis is? That's an overpopulation of bacteria inside of the vagina canal. They get into it with a little bit of acids that's coming from either progesterone, pregnenolone, or estrogen, because that's what goes on in a woman's cycle. It's produced by her cholesterol in the pituitary gland and the thyroid. So soon as the bacteria see those acids, because we're not talking, only thing that's alkaline in a woman's vagina, that talking about the lipid-based chemistry, is progesterone and pregnenolone. But once you start getting into estrogen and things like these are acidic in nature. So if your body is producing too much of it because you eating the wrong people food, then of course, what is the purpose of bacteria? It's to eat acids. So of course you're going to see a population and an overpopulation of bacteria, because they're there to do one thing and one thing only. That's to neutralize the situation, and that's to eat acids. And then remember, let's look at the words here. You have exhibit a diverse microbiome or bacteria profile. You have trillions of bacteria in your wound, in your yoni, black woman. So of course you gonna be, if you eat the wrong thing, or if anything is off in your body, if any pH is off in your body, you gonna get a bacterial infection in your vagina. Who said that was the wrong thing? That means your vagina works. That means the bacteria is there doing the job. It's eating the acids. Imagine if the bacteria stayed there. Imagine if the acid stayed there and the bacteria left. Then what? Imagine that. Imagine that. And then they keep giving you antibiotics, killing your exhibiting of diverse portfolio of microbiomes or of microorganisms. They keep giving you antibiotics to kill them when you need this diversity. And I'm going to show you why in a minute. This is why they say that the black woman was the first entity here. And I'm gonna prove this stuff, dog. It'll blow your mind, man. But anyways, let's keep reading. African-American women are also twice as likely to be diagnosed with bacterial vaginosis, and is twice as likely to experience preterm birth. All right. Now, only reason why we're reading this article is to show that we have more diversity of microbiotas or microbiome or microorganisms inside of our black women's wombs than white women's wombs. That's the first thing. Now, am I talking about white people? No. But is this giving you the truth? Is this science? This science, I didn't write this. I didn't even do the studies and the clinical trials on this. They did it, right? Now check this out. It gets deeper, family. Maxillary arch size and shapes of American blacks and whites. This shows that not only is our arches bigger in our mouths, but our teeth are bigger and our teeth are flatter than white people's teeth. Their teeth are short and their teeth is sharper. Why are their teeth sharper? Now we finna start getting into this physiology and we finna start getting into the food that we really supposed to be eating, y'all. It's finna blow your mind. Now, a lot of people asking who I was talking about. So this is just one person, y'all. Let me give you one person real quick. Hold on, y'all. Let me show y'all something real quick. All right, so just type in Dr. Carnivore. This is just one person that teaches this diet. Not saying that this is the person that was talking about me, but y'all can go look at they different YouTube pages and stuff, and you can come to your conclusion for yourself who they talking about. But they hate fruit. They hate vegetables. They hate nuts. They hate everything that I teach. All right. And just look now. What I want y'all to do is I just want y'all to look at everybody in these pictures and tell me if y'all see any indigenous melanated people that's talking about these carnivore diets. No, you don't. All of these people I'm showing you are talking about high carnivore diets and how the carnivore diet healed them. I don't disagree with them. I agree with them. Yes, it does. I don't disagree. I just disagree when they start pushing it on my tribal people. And look, don't get it twisted. They keep up this for another decade, they gonna get the systemic blowback from it too, because this is not their highest diet they need. Their highest diet is the same diet as us. To be honest with you, check this out. Look at all these different doctors. Ain't none of them black. Then you got this black man. The carnivore diet is for, look, then you finally see a black man. He say the carnivore diet is for idiots. I agree when it comes to so-called African-American people, but I cannot say that same thing when it comes to them. Look at them. Look at what it's doing to their body. It is straight transforming their body. It's getting their brains better. They are thinking quicker. Because we talking about a different DNA species of people. So look, I'm not knocking them. I'm not knocking Dr. Carnivore. I'm not knocking none of them. You know what I'm saying? If that's what y'all on, that's what y'all want to teach, I get it. It works for y'all. But don't start pushing that off on my people, because that diet will kill us dead as a doorknob. Flat out. It will kill us dead as a doorknob. Boy, it is hot in here. It will kill us dead as a doorknob. That's how I know I'm passionate. I'm sweating bullets, y'all. Now check this out. So let's get into the maxillary arch size and shapes in American blacks and white. American blacks have a larger teeth than whites. Let's read that again. American blacks have larger teeth than whites, but they have less frequently exhibit crowdiness. Apparently, because a large arch dimensions, the study quantified difference in arch and shape and size, two constituents of the U.S. population. 18 dental and bony landmarks were digitized from the maxilla of each of 332 subjects. And it's just basically going, we're going to get into what they showed us, but it's showing you that they did an actual study and they looked at the mouths and they looked at the teeth of white people and black people. And it showed on an average that our teeth was not only bigger than theirs, our teeth were more smoother than theirs at the bottom. That sound like somebody that eat vegetables and herbs. But when they looked at their teeth were smaller and more pointier and more sharper. You see that? And they were spread apart more. That sound like somebody that can chew something that's more tougher. So now we getting into food and physiology, y'all. This stuff you can't knock. You can't knock this stuff. And y'all can look this stuff up from Benjamin G. Boris, B.A. Edwards, F. Horace, Ph.D. Look it up. These articles exist. I'm not making this stuff up, y'all. I'm just a digger, researcher, and I know common sense. I know common sense. Now check out this. The conclusion. Arch size is notably larger in African blacks than whites, and the arch form is squarer and less tapered in blacks in the canine premolar region. So even They canine premolar region is larger and sharper than ours. All right. These ethnic differences should be considered. Look, it is such a difference, y'all, that the scientists straight said that these ethnic differences should be considered during treatment, especially in disciplines such as postodontics and orthodontics, where arch shapes can be modified. I'm not making this up. Here you go. So look, your dentist is going to have to start doing something different. So when you actually go to the doctor, you need to see what type of doctor it is. See if they got now. Do you know my teeth is bigger than Caucasians' teeth? Doc, do you know my arch is larger than Caucasians' arches, doc? Because I know that y'all treat everybody like a 40-year-old Caucasian man. Now, not only is my bones different, not only is my skull different, not only is my brain size and my organs different, not only do we have chemical differences, but do you know my teeth is different? So now this is going to make them actually do your teeth right. That's why we need our own schools, our own dentists, our own hospitals, our own doctors, y'all. This is very important. And I'm not saying this as in a F them. We don't want nothing to do. I'm not being racist. This is real shit. This real. And you start wondering why every black person is missing this teeth right here. I'm missing one. Every black person missing those two teeth on both sides. What is really going on? What is really going on here? Yeah, just count back. See your K9, go to that next. Is that teeth there? Mine's missing on both sides. I don't think I know anybody in my family that got them. What's really going on here? Why are they collecting all of our teeth? And then the first thing they do when you get to the dentist, they want to pull your teeth. Or they want to do a root canal. And it's scientifically proven that root canal and pulling teeth are connected to the 12 cranial nerves. And these 12 cranial nerves is connected to the 10th cranial nerves, which is the vagus nerve. And it's connected to the whole entire system. And it shows that people have higher risk of heart attacks and strokes and different types of diseases when you get your teeth pulled or when you get root canals. But you have all these types of different natural remedies to heal your entire mouth, but they never teach you about them because they are making money hand over fist, pulling your teeth or giving you these root canals, which is causing later diseases and later heart failure effects on people because you messing with the nerves. But they don't want to talk about that though. You see what I'm saying? It's a lot of stuff that you're going to have to start sitting back and say, hold, what's going on? What's going on here? Straight up. What's going on here? I'm just saying, family. Hold on. Now look, check this out. It gets deeper, family. Study finds the mouth mix microbes different based on ancestry. Hold on. So first we done went over the bacteria in the vagina. The bacteria was different between Caucasians and blacks in the vagina. Then we went over the mouth structure of teeth, of spaces and arches, and these are different between blacks and white. Now we going over the actual microbiota, the microbiota in the mouth. And we finna start touching on the salivary glands, the saliva that's actually being produced. It's more acidic in Caucasians than it is in black people mouth. So now even the digestive enzymes is different. Come on, but we the same people. Come on, man. We got to stop the nonsense, family. We got to stop the nonsense. Study finds that mouths mix of microbes differ based on ancestry. Now check this out. Hundreds of microbial taxa colonize the teeth, tongue, cheeks, platelets, tonsils, and other hidden ways of the human mouth. Oral dwelling bacteria have been tied to problems like cavities, see that? Periodontal diseases, and they encode clues about other disease risks as well. They also play major roles in regulating the immune system. They can have an immune system. And that's another thing. Yes, they can call it immune, but we as black, we don't have immune systems. We have something called a lymphatic defense system. That's why I can't wait till my book come out. I'm telling y'all, it's finna take over the world. And absorbing nutrients. Now check this out, family. So I want to show y'all something different because it says that the different bacteria in your mouth, and this is how you got to start reading between the lines. The different bacteria in your mouth actually plays a key role into absorbing your nutrients. It plays a key role into diseases that you have. It plays a key role into the actual micronutrients, dense minerals, and electrolytes that you bring in your body. So if we have a different microdiversity portfolio inside of our mouths and it's different from our Caucasians, that means what? We absorb different type of minerals more than the other. We get different types of diseases more than the other. Our lymphatic systems responds and react differently more than them because we have a different portfolio of bacteria inside of our salivary glands. If y'all get what I'm saying so far, type in some nines. Because we just read that it's actually different in the intake and uptake of phytominerals, of phytonutrients, of biophotons. It actually changes whether you have certain types of diseases or not, based off of the bacteria. But we have different bacteria. Is y'all getting this? I just need to know, is y'all getting it? Okay, I'm glad y'all is. Now, check this out. But not every mouth hosts the same microbial mix. An analyst of mouth rinse samples collected from more than 1,600 low-income people in the southeastern United States published this week in My Systems found a significant difference in the oral microbiome composition between African Americans and European Americans. Let me read that again. All right. It says an analysis of mouth rinse samples collected from more than 1,600 low-income people in the southeastern United States published this week in My Systems found significant difference in oral microbiome compositions between African Americans and European Americans. Notably, African American participants hosted, hold on, what it say? More diverse populations. So what do this mean? Not only, and we know that the microbiome is everything. The body is made of 150 trillion cells of a black man. The body is made of only 50 trillion cells of a white man. Why? What is the difference? See, our body is made of 100 trillion cells of microbiotas, or what you'll call the microbiota. The 50 trillion cells is us. With the white man, he only have 25 trillion cells as his. The other 25 is with these eukaryotic cells and other different bacteria. So we have more cells than them. We have more bacteria portfolios than them. And you're going to start seeing more and more and more. And you're going to see why we sick, because we are not getting enough. Or we getting too much based off they statistics, because everywhere we go, we get treated like we them. We eat like we them. We drink like we them. We have brought into their culture. Oh, now we going to see why the disease is truly, truly setting in. Just saying, y'all. And again, this is not racist. I'm talking about scientific backed, peer reviewed articles made by our government, made by scientists and biochemists in universities that's accredited across the globe, y'all. I ain't made none of this up. Now, okay, this gets even deeper, family. Now we're talking about the racial difference between the gastric functioning of African Americans and Caucasians, secretion, serum, gastrin, and histology. Hold on, is we finna read that their stomach acid is hotter than ours? And I've been saying this for years, and y'all always say that I'm lying. Y'all always say that I'm just talking out the side of my neck. I never say nothing that I can't prove. It ain't one time that something came off my mouth that I can't prove. I'm very sure of the things that I say, family. Very sure. Even if it's just to get you to go research. I might even tell you the whole thing. I might just put it out there for you to go research and figure out the rest of it yourself. But I ain't never said a lie ever in my life. I don't move like that. I study to show thyself approved. Before I open my mouth, I'm for sure and I'm confident than a mother effer before I say something to my people. Because the worst thing we can do is be out here running our mouths and giving our people the wrong information when they have been mistreated and been given the wrong information by a system they whole entire lives. That's the worst thing we can do. So I'm studied up before I come and talk. I'm studied up before I go on these hot interviews. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. Guns smoking. Can't wait to run my mouth. Can't wait to tell you the knowledge. Can't wait to give you the information, because I know it's going to blow your mind, because I know you ain't out here digging deep and doing the clinical trials and studying like me. But that's cool, my brother and sister. I'm here to do that job. Maybe your job is different, but I'm yelling this from the rooftop. See what I'm saying? Now check this out. Let's talk about the stomach. This gonna blow your mind, showing you that they can break down certain things that you can't. So they can eat a steak and it'll break down. You eat a steak, it will clog you up because your digestive process go through something called fermentation. But theirs, they can switch back and forth and go through putrefaction because they DNA, they genes, and where they come from. But that's a whole different topic of where they come from. That's on my Rumble. Y'all can go and check. And this is science peer review articles. They telling you where they come from. They talking about the Neanderthals. They talking about the Homo erectus. They talking about the difference between the Homo erectus and the Homo sapien. They talking about the Diffrenece. They talking about all these different race classifications of people, the 7 root races, the Aryan pure blood race, the Negroids. They talking, I'm not bringing this stuff. That's them telling you where they come from. I'm just saying. Let's read this though. Hold on, y'all. It gets deeper, man. And look, if y'all want to get this deep, get you a plane ticket. Come out to Houston and see me. I'm telling you. You think it's going in now. Just wait till we get to Houston. And look, guess what? There's going to be a lot of white people there. White people love me because I tell the truth. You see that? It's going to be Caucasians there. They ain't gonna have no issue with what I'm saying because they're gonna go study the information. They're gonna say, dang, my boy was telling the truth. I get a lot of Caucasians in my inbox all the time. Dang, Yahki, you was right. You was right, Yahki. Thank you. On my comment board, just go on my Instagram, look on my comment. They're there. So this ain't no hate thing. This is just science. It's scientific. Now check this out. Racial differences in the gastric function of African Americans and Caucasian Americans. Secretion, serum, gastrin, and histology. Now check this out. I want to read down. Matter of fact, I'm finna read up in let's get straight to the point because I got a lot of slides here. So this is basically talking about how the gastric juice hydrogen ion concentration. This talking about how hot it get. All right, just talking about how hot it get. It's talking about how gastric juice hydrogen ions is actually what creates something called chyme. Chyme is super hot. So what happens is mucus comes from the goblet cells of the stomach, of the fungus of the stomachs. It actually mixes with this acid, and then it produces something called hydrochloric acid. This is actually when chloride mixes with hydrogen. When chloride mixes with hydrogen, this creates something called hydrogen caloric acid. This hydrochloric acid is what produces pepsinogen. Pepsinogen is made to break down proteins, break down all types of stuff. This pepsinogen, once it sits in the stomach for a while and goes to the time capsules, it turns into chyme. Chyme is even hotter. Guess who produce all of that? And guess who don't produce all of that? I'm just saying, let's just bring it up real quick. Hold on. Let's read the peer review science, or what I call the peer review science. It says gastric juice and hydrogen ions concentration and osmolality were significantly lower. Were significantly lower in African Americans than Caucasians. Oh, so the hydrochloric acid of so-called black people's stomach is not hot enough to break down the carnivore flesh that they rip and tear. I'm just saying, Doc. You saying my information wrong? You saying I'm teaching the wrong diet, Doc? You finna have to go through all of this peer review scientific articles, and you finna have to prove me wrong. I hope you do it on your platform. That way I can get millions of people hip to what I'm doing. So I hope you go live. I hope you listening to this right now. There's 3 of y'all. I hope y'all listen. While y'all spewing all that hatred and wrong information about Yahki Awaken, you better check your resources and check your facts. I'm just saying. I know I got locks. I know I got tattoos on my face, bullet wounds. I know what I look like. I know it look like I don't know what I'm talking about, but I damn sure do. I'm the one of the best at this. So y'all better watch who y'all coming for. Let's keep reading though. It says gastric juice hydrogen ions. The same time African Americans had significantly higher gastric juice fluid output. So look, we have a more output of gastric juice. The reason why we do is because we have to kick in fermentation to break down our fructose and glucose from our vegetables and from our fruits. Y'all got a lower output of hydrogen ions, but y'all have a stronger chyme, or what you would call acidic breakdown, because y'all bodies can assimilate and break down flesh and meat. I get it. You were right. You just was wrong when you brought me and my people in it. That's where you went wrong at. That's it. It says at the same time, African Americans had significantly higher gastric juice fluid output than Caucasians. And y'all can read through this stuff all y'all want. It's all there. Look, just all y'all got to do is rewind this back, because I'm not taking this down off the channel. Hopefully we don't have some type of wrong, Caucasian here to think I'm talking bad about them. And hopefully we don't got one of those where they mark this as hate speech, because this is not hate speech at all. For and on the record, YouTube, Facebook, I love all people that love my people. I love all people that love my people. Anybody that want to see me and my people liberated is all love. I don't hate nobody. All right. Now check this out. Now, so it's talking about the osmolality, right? It says that let's read it again real fast. Let me show y'all. So let's just read it real quick. Where is it at? Where am I at? Stomach. Okay. So look, it says the gastric juice and hydrogen concentration and osmolality was significantly lower in African Americans. Now let's look at what osmolality is, y'all, because now we finna start getting into scientific terms. Osmolality indicates the concentration of a particular particle that dissolves in bodily fluid, showing you that they had a higher osmolality than us, showing that their hydrochloric acid in their stomach can break down and dissolve harder particles more than black people. Why is that? See, now you got to start asking yourself why. Why is that, Yahki? I want you to ask yourself this whole time. Now, so let's a quick recap. All right. Vagina bacteria, more diverse in blacks than white. All right. Then we start talking about the teeth. How our teeth are bigger than theirs, but our teeth are smoother than theirs, and our arches is bigger than theirs because we eat different type of food. All right. Then we started talking about the mouth bacteria, how our mouth bacteria and our secretions in our mouths is more alkaline than theirs, and our mouth bacteria is more diverse. All right. Then we got into the stomach, and we start seeing how they stomach acid gets way hotter than ours because they are made to break down certain types of food that we can't break down. Now we getting into, does the human microbiome tell us something different about race? Hold on now. What are we reading here? This peer review science. I ain't make this up. Y'all see the scientific names in the articles. Y'all see how many people done access this? 5,809 and 59 people done access this. 11 citations on this deal. I ain't the only one reading this information. I'm just the only one giving it up. I'm the only one giving it up though. Because this information will set you free as a people, because it's going to make you start thinking like, hold on. Damn, I need to find my cultural identity. I need to find out who I truly am. Because if I'm a people, that means I own a land. If I own a land, that land produces a culture. Culture comes from the word cultivation. That means to grow. If I'm growing, I'm out here on the land, that means my land supposed to produce my food. Hold on. I'm indigenous to America. What food I'm supposed to be eating? I'm indigenous to I'm indigenous to Africa. I'm indigenous to Australia. What water am I supposed to be drinking? Oh, my body produces more sugar than anybody's because I made of melanin and carbon. Oh, that's why they say I got diabetes. Is it really diabetes? I produce more creatinine inside of my kidneys. More creatine. Hold on. When I wake up in the morning, my bloodstream have more cortisol in it that raises my blood pressure. Do I really have high blood pressure? It's gonna start making you straight question everything, and you gonna look at diseases totally different, y'all. I promise you. Once you understand who you are, they cannot tell you who you are. Everything in life, your whole perspective of reality will shift. Now diseases is looked at as a positive and not a negative, because now you're looking at diseases like, damn, that mean my body work. Achoo. Oh, damn, that mean my body getting rid of toxins. Dang, that mean my chest is breaking up coagulated mucus. Dang, I got expectoration. That mean my mucus membrane work. Dang, I got diabetes. Oh, that means that I am producing too much melanin, which is a good thing. Dang, I got moles. Oh, that mean I got too much carbon, so the carbon is leaving through my skin. That's what a beauty marker of mole is. That's too much carbon, because you are melanin. The darker the berry, the sweeter the juice. The darker the flesh, the deeper the roots. You're going to start loving yourself more. You're going to look at everything different. I'm telling you, family. I'm just saying. All right, so let's do it. I know, y'all, I'm excited, family. I get excited about things like this. All right, so look, this paper is talking about the human microbiome and how it tells a different story about race. And just read through this article. I'm gonna go on to another one, but read through this article and rewind this back, because I want to get to some more important things, right? Now, this is actually talking about the identification features, the features of human race. Now, check this out, y'all, because it gets deep. It says human race is defined as the biological grouping within human beings, distinguished or classified according to genetically transmitted differences. Race is a populational concept, and I agree. Race wasn't created until I think 1925 or some crazy thing like that by a college professor, I believe, in Tennessee. That's where you get race from. Other than that, we had tribe. We are tribal people. It says the population of the world divided into three types of races: the Caucasians or Caucasoids, the Mongolians, you see that, or the Mongoloids, or the Negro. So the Caucasians or Caucasoids will be so-called white people. The Mongolians or the Mongoloids will be Asian people, or anybody of an Asian descent, or a Caucasian. All of them are really in Asia. All of them are Asian people. And if you want to get it real, a lot of black people are Asiatic Africans. So, I mean, but it's talking about Asia. And Asia means Asia, which means the beginning thereof. And Asia is actually a part of Africa. There is no difference if you want to get into that. But I believe that we are in so-called Africa right now, which is the true Americas. But that's a whole nother topic, and I don't even want to talk about it right now. So it says race can be determined by eyes, by hair, by complexion, by physical features, by teeth, because we just talked about teeth, by skeletal characteristics. Hold on, so our skeletons is different? Hold on. Our eyes is different? Yes, our eyes are different. Our hair is different. Of course, you have 9 ether curl hair. They have 6 ether hair. Hold on, the physical features, yes, you have big old broad noses. That's why you can breathe in breath the way you breathe in. Can't no other race breathe the way you breathe. Can't no other race taste how you taste, because you have neuromelanin receptors on your taste bud. You bite into an apple, it's going to taste totally different than any other race when they bite into that same apple. The same melanin receptors you have in your ear. You have more fluid in your eardrums to convert sounds and vibrations into language. That's why if you really study, you can speak up to 12 different languages at one time. You are so magnificent, black man, black woman. There is nothing like you on planet Earth, family. And I'm telling you the truth. The science will tell you this stuff. But you just been conditioned to think that you don't know nothing. You've been conditioned to think that you a bitch, you a hoe, you a nigga, you a thug, you a gangster, you this, you that, you a demon, you on demon time. You killing niggas with the switches. You all this other dumb shit when you were one of the most beautiful, magnificent specimens that creation have ever seen a day in his life. And I'm not just saying that. This is peer review science showing how powerful you are. But you want to be everything but that because of the conditioning. Because the moment you liberate yourself and you unlock the God within you, you're going to see how powerful you is. You ain't finna be bowing down to no oppressor. You ain't finna be working no 9 to 5. You ain't finna be living in cities. You gonna want your own land because we came here to land. How you gonna come here to land? You a prokaryotic cell from different realms on this flat dimensional plane we call Earth. You from beyond the ice walls. Then all of a sudden you come to this land. You ain't even got no land. You don't even own no land. You come from Orion's belt. You come from Sirius B, Sirius A. You come from different parts of Pleiades. You come from different parts beyond this ice wall. You finally get in this ice wall. You interdimensional with it. Now all of a sudden you just ain't got no land. You like to live in the city. You want your life expectancy to be low. You ain't even heard a real noise since you've been born. The only noise you know is trains, cars, car honking, radio waves. Just saying. I'm just saying. Reprogram your mind. Figure out who you is. Isolate yourself and your people. Get on your land. Start growing your own food. Start tapping waters. Have your own well water and bathe in that water. Drink that water. Start eating your fruits and your vegetables. Start eating your anthocyanins, or what you'll call the melanin in the food, like the dark berries, the red cherries, the blueberries, the blackberries. Start eating these things. Look and see how your consciousness expand itself. You are a non-ether being. You have 9 series DNA. Matter of fact, you don't even have DNA, which stands for deoxyribose nucleic acid. You have DEA, deoxyetheric nucleic acid. You are different than anything on planet Earth, family. And can't nobody prove this information wrong. Nobody. You better wake up. So now we talking about the identification features of the human race, man. Check this out. And this is how the forensic investigations go. This is how a person can die and their body can be decomposed, family. Their body can straight be decomposed, and they can figure out the actual race or the classification of the ethnicity of that Hey, family, I'm on live. Y'all keep calling this warehouse phone. I'm gonna take it off the hook. I'm gonna take it off the hook, family. But see, this is how they can tell the difference. They check the femur bone. They check the teeth, the dentals. They check the skull. They check the inside of the mouth. They do DNA. It's there, and they can tell the body can be completely decomposed, and they can figure out the race of the people. That's how you know we different internally, just based off our skeleton structure. I'm not making this stuff up. Ask any forensic file investigator; they'll tell you. All right, now check this out, family. I might have to go take this phone off the hook. They calling this thing back to back, family. Forgive me, man. These people are mad disrespectful, but I get it. They need healing. Now check this out, family. Identification features of human race. Race determination using the skull. Human race can be determined from a morphological features in a syphilic index, CI. The syphilic index is measured as the maximum breadth of the skull multiplied by 100 and divided by the maximum length of the skull. And then you see the pure Aryans. And then when you get to real pure Aryans, y'all, they wasn't Caucasians. I'm just saying. So notice pure Aryans, Negroes, and Aborigines is in the same line. Then you got Europeans and Chinese in the same line. Then you got Mongolians under them. So and that's a whole different story too. I got a whole book talking about the pure Aryan races, and it's not what we think it is. So you got to ask yourself, the pure Aryans, the white boys in the prisons, they banging for a cause not even theirs. They took the identity of others, just like Europeans. The first Europeans were actually black people. You know what I'm saying? The Moors. Shout out to my Moors. Shouts out. Islam's my brother. Peace, guys. So you know what I'm saying? So like once you really start reading and digging into history or digging into her story, man, look, everything we've been taught is a lie. Everything we've been taught is a lie. Now we're going to start to get into the nasal passage, because the nasal passage is different too. This is talking about the nasal index. When you see in the Europeans, it's 0.48. Now, look, when you see in the Asians, it's 0.48 between 0.53. Then you get to the Africans, or the so-called African Americans. Look at ours, 0.43 and up. Then you get into the nasal spine, and you start seeing the difference. Ours is very small spines. Then you get into the nasal slicing and guttering. Ours is what? No ridge whatsoever. But when you get into theirs have sharp ridges. That's why they nose point forward. But this have a lot to do with cave ancestral. That's why I keep telling y'all to study caveman history. It will blow your mind. It just give you a better perspective of who they are. You are able to understand them better in the things that they do. And they study us the same way. Everybody done studied the black man. Everybody done studied the Asian man. Everybody done studied everybody, but nobody studied the white man. Nobody studied the Caucasian, but I done studied his ass for the last 10 years. I done studied him, studied. And that's why you able to understand who they are and how they think and the things that they do better once you really start jumping into cave history. And shouts out to one of my personal teachers, Dr. Lalela Africa. May his reincarnation be everything that he need and he want. Straight up. So a moment of silence for Dr. Lalela Africa. He's the one who even got me on this particular journey right here. Moment of silence. Ashe, yo. Amen. All right, now check this out. Let's keep it going. Now we're starting to get into something different. We're going to get into the teeth. We're going to get into the bone structure of the mouth, and we're going to get into the skull. Traits that vary between skulls with different race backgrounds. Now, when you look at the African, you see his. When you look at the nose, you see how it's different. But when you start getting into the European or the Caucasians, there's a different. All right. So it just shows you shape of an eye orbit viewed from the front. Africans tend to be more rectangular shaped. Y'all see the eye orbit? Look at how ours is more rectangular shaped. East Asians are more circular. Europeans tend to have an aviator glass shape. You see that? Look at the nasal seal. Europeans tends to have a pronounced nasal seal, dividing the nasal floor from the anterior surface of the maxilla. Africans tend to have a lack of sharp angulation. Asians tend to have what? A different one than them both. So even when you get to our bone structure and you get into our nasal passages and you get into our eye sockets, it's completely different, family. And I can keep going on for days with this stuff. And this just shows you the features. Caucasians, they skull shape is rounded. The Negroids is narrow and is elongated. We have longer heads than them. Then you get to the Mongolians or the Asians, they have more square heads. They got very square and flat faces. Not talking about the Asians. But theirs is more square and they faces is more flat. Then you get to the skull length. Theirs can be long and short. Ours is just long. The Mongolians, of course, is long. Then you get to the bread of the skull, narrow and broad. Negroids, or what you call the so-called African Americans or the indigenous people of Americas, there's a narrow. Mongolians are actually broad. You see what I'm saying? Like, we can go on and on and on and so forth. Even the platelets is different of our mouths. Ours is more wider for us to do what? Pack more food. So now we starting to really see what this food physiology is looking like, y'all. Brain size. Hold on, y'all. Who want to talk about the brain size? Who want to talk about brain size real quick? Who brain bigger? Who brain bigger? Let's talk about the precortex, the frontal lobe. Let's talk about the orbitofrontal cortex lobe. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about the amygdala, or what they call the amygdala, the amygdala. Let's talk about this stuff. Let me read this. All right. So this says, let me blow it up for y'all real quick so y'all can read this. Variability of frontal temporal brain structure. The importance of recruitment of the African Americans in neuroscience research. Hold on, let me blow this up for you. And this is just one part of the brain. I'm gonna say the rest of the brain for my seminar, y'all, because I ain't want to give away too many goodies. You feel me? But check this out, family. It says this was a case controlled study in the setting of academic medical centers, outpatient servants. Participants consented to 44 Caucasians and to 33 ethnic minorities, which is black people, so-called black people. The following volumetric data were obtained. Now check this out. The amygdala, the hippocampus, and the lateral ventricles, and the nucleus, and the orbitofrontal cortex, the OFC. I want you to pay attention to that because that's a very big, major part of the brain. In total, cerebellum. Each participant completed a 1.5 T magnetic resonant imagery, an MRI. It says our primary findings in analysis of brain subregions was that when compared to Caucasians, African Americans exhibit larger left OFC values. And it's not only with this one, y'all. I got at least 11 of them. This just what. So even certain sizes of our brains and the way our brain perform is larger than Caucasians. You got to ask yourself why, though. See, when you ask yourself why, it takes us away. It takes everything away. Now, check this out, family. Check this out. So it was talking about the OFC. Let's see what the OFC is. So the OFC is this. It's the orbitofrontal cortex. It contains the secondary taste cortex. Remember I said you taste better than anybody. You smell better than anybody. Your touch sense is better because you got melanin everywhere. And I'm going to try my hardest not to talk about melanin in this particular transmission because I talk about melanin so freaking much. And shouts out to the 6 Caucasians that dislike this. I feel you. It's probably y'all who I'm talking about. But for the Caucasians, the so-called Caucasians that's liking this and that's listening to this information, hey, man, all power to you. Hope to see you at the seminar as well. All right, now check this out. It says the orbitofrontal cortex contains the secondary taste cortex in which the reward value of taste is represented. It also contains the secondary and the tertiary olfactory areas, whatever that say, in which information about the identity is also about the reward value of odors is represented. So this is the reason we have a bigger reward center than them. And that's the reason why we have such addictive behavior and addictive personalities too, because our emotions is attached to our reward center way bigger than theirs. Because we talking about the limbic system, the hippocampus. We talking about the third eye, how our third eye is way bigger than theirs. Not only that, our thymus gland is bigger than theirs. So once you start really getting into the endocrine system and the functionality of the endocrine system and its role of melanin and how eomelanin, pheomelanin, neuromelanin play in it, and then they actually lack the melanin that they need to make theirs pop like ours, it makes a lot of sense to drop cocaine off in the neighborhood in the mid 80s because they knew that we would be addicted to it because our morphine receptors and our opiate receptors in our hippocampus is way bigger than theirs and our reward receptors. So we are easily addicted to drugs and things like that before anybody because our melanin content that's in our body. See, so if you wanted to completely destroy the black man, you really can, because we have something called, we have the most nurturing, absorbing polymer molecule on earth. It's called melanin, or what you call carbon, or what you call sugar. It's all the same thing. Just saying. Now check this out. The orbitofrontal cortex thus plays a key role in emotions by representing the reward value of the goals for action. The leaning process is stimulus, reinforcer, associated learning, negative reward predictions, error neurons are related to this effective learning. And this is the reason why we have learning problems. So the reason why you have learning problems, the reason why you have neurological disabilities, the reason why we are labeled ADHD and all this other stuff, and they put us on Adderall and all these, it's because your mental capacity is so heightened, and they putting you in a school and teaching you stuff that you don't really care about. So of course you ain't gonna want to read with them. I don't want to read this history. It's the wrong history anyway. I'm bored. So we are letting them label our children with all types of behavior disorders and everything when their brains are really working right. It's just not working right for their culture. We need to start teaching them our culture, teaching them our identity, get them more involved, and they will be more interested because they are very, very heightened when it comes to their neurological output, when it comes to their cognitive output. We talking about gods here. So when you take a god to a prison that we call the school system and teach them the wrong history, they know this shit lies. They're the smartest things on earth. Our children is super smart. It's a book y'all gotta get. I wonder if I brought it with me. Hey, I'm gonna post the book tonight. It's a book y'all gotta get. Dr. Amos Wilson got me hip to this book, man. And may the Most High rest that ancestor soul too. May his reincarnation be plentiful, and may his reincarnation be peaceful, and may his reincarnation be just everything he need. He gonna come back a god, y'all. I'm telling you. But man, what is the book called? It's called Something of the Black Child. Man, they was over there in Africa and in Australia testing these children. These children coming out the womb sitting straight up. Imagine you give birth and your baby come out and sit up and turn its head and call the mama by its name. Imagine some shit like that. And this is straight facts. Documented proof, y'all. Black babies coming out, sitting straight up, turning around, looking at their mama, calling their mama by the name. Then the babies turning 3 years old can talk fully, have a full vocabulary, and can remember everything that it dreamed about in the mother's womb. I'm just saying. The baby stress hormones that it was produced while giving birth, the baby is producing a lot of stress hormones. These black baby stress hormones is actually being released and being depleted within 20 minutes outside of the womb. Then you check a Caucasians, they stress hormones stay in the body up to a month. Up to a month. They hand and eye coordination and the way they identify with toys, they memory. They got this at 2 months. Then you check the Caucasian baby, it took them up to 6 months. You got to check this. I'm gonna post a book when I get back to the house, y'all. I promise y'all. You got to check this stuff, man. I'm talking about stuff will blow your mind. Dr. Amos Wilson did a study on it, and there was another guy from Africa where he got the study from, and it will blow your mind. It was just talking about indigenous melanin people and how the baby's neurological function is different. And I did a whole study. It's on Honor Humility STL on YouTube, and I'm gonna grab it off the channel, upload it to this channel. But I did a study on the same thing, but I didn't focus on the indigenous melanated people everywhere else. I just focused on why it wasn't like that to the indigenous melanated people here in Americas, and it's because of our diet. That's the reason why you don't see black babies in Americas coming out sitting straight up and turning around looking at their mother and is able to identify with their mother and remember the name. You see what I'm saying? And it's the way that birth is given in these hospitals with the lights. It's artificial lights. How she's laying down, going against gravity. She's not squatting to have the baby. The stress, the epidurals, all of the different anesthesia that they put in the mothers on, getting the babies drugged up. All the different antibiotics that they giving the black mothers, and then they don't have that gut bacteria when they push it out. All of the different, all of the different C-sections that the mother get, and they don't get to experience the wound. So it's a lot of different factors, plus the food and there's the drinks and the smokes that the black community in America is doing, where we ain't able to experience that type of reward. We ain't able to experience that magnificent melanated child being neurologically smart while I was in the womb and while I was outside of the womb. It's called the biological evolutionary history of the black child. Google it. The biological, it just came to me. That's one of them. The biological evolutionary history of the black child will blow your socks off. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. If you mix, you black. We was gonna talk about that later on. But if you mix, if you got a drop of so-called Negroid in you, you're Negroid. And that's not according to me. That's according to science, and it's according to them. It's according to them. I like to say you get the best of both worlds, I guess. All right, where we at now? All right, we talked about that. All right, now I want to talk about this. Have y'all ever had y'all blood tested, right? And you get your blood back, you get a CBC, a complete blood chart, right? And when you get your complete blood chart, you get your blood chart back, and you see non-African American EGFR. Have you ever wondered what the hell is that? And this is when I first really started understanding that we were so different than every other race on planet Earth. I'm like, why do we have our own kidney filtration rate and nobody else do, but we have our own? Have you ever seen this in y'all blood chart, in y'all CBC chart, y'all complete blood work chart? Urea, nitrogen, your Bunds number, your creatine. Then you have your EGFR, non-African American. Then you have your EGFR, African American. And then you see your Bunds creatine ratio. Have you ever wondered why is that there? Do y'all if y'all want to know why is that there, type in some nines and we gonna get it. Type in some nines. Yes, family. Somebody said mix is not black. Mix is black to me. If you mixed, I'm counting you as family. What you do is your own prerogative, brother. You know what I'm saying? But if you mix and you got black in you, you black to me. That's to me. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you can scientifically prove me wrong, brother, we can sit down and we can talk about that. But we already know what melanin does to the body. Let's not act like we don't know what the God particle does to the body. So if you mix, you count it as so-called black to me. So I mean, what you choose to do, God, that's on you. That's your prerogative. And I mean, you can always go get you can set you up a YouTube channel. And you can teach your own lessons. You can study for hundreds of thousands of hours. You can read tens of thousands of books. You can open your own clinic. You can do your own testing. You can test your own blood. You can acquire thousands of healing testimonies, and you can speak freely, brother. It's all good. All right, let's get it. So now when you look at, basically the GRF is basically a filtration. It's trying to see how much the kidneys are filtering out, right? Now check this out. It says creatine is a natural occurring substance that's found in meat, fish, and also made by the human body in the liver. So we see it's a natural process that is made by the liver. Also, our liver is actually bigger than Caucasians. Not only is our brain, but our livers are bigger than Caucasians. We're going to get to that too. It says the kidneys and the pancreas. It is converted into creatine phosphate. And this phosphate creatine is stored in the muscles where it is used as energy. So we have more of this inside of our bodies, and we have more of the byproduct of this called creatinine in our body, which is the byproduct of creatine inside of our body. That's the reason why we have more energy. Not only that, we were made to be frugivores, and we're made to eat fruits and watery vegetables, and we're made to drink H3O2. So we yield more energy, and this energy and ATP, a lot of it is used for our neurological output. So this is the reason why we have such an expansive consciousness or such an expansive frontal lobe, right? Now check this out. They notice that we produce so much of this enzyme or so much of this natural occurrence that gives us energy and store energy in our muscles that we make a byproduct of it, and we have more byproduct of this. This stuff can be poisonous when it goes through its metabolic process. So it's automatically higher than so-called African Americans than any other race because we produce more creatine than anybody, or what you'll call creatinine, than anybody. That's the difference. That's the reason why when you go and you get these things checked, you will see this there. That's what this is talking about, the creatine or the creatine and the filtration of creatinine. Hopefully y'all understood that. And this just talking about the byproduct. So creatinine is a chemical waste byproduct of creatine or creatine. Creatine is a chemical made by the body and it is used to supply energy mainly to the muscles. Now we're getting into the ATP, adenosine triphosphate. You have more of this inside your body than any other race on planet Earth. This test is done to see how well your kidneys work. See that? Creatinine is removed from the body entirely by the kidneys. And it's the reason why black people have so many kidney problems, because you have too much freaking energy and you have too much metabolic process of this energy, and your lymphatic system is so stagnated that you can't filtrate it out the kidneys. So it sits in the kidneys and it coagulates. This coagulation is going to bring on a mucosal response. This mucosal response, this stimulants is going to bring calcium and uric acid is going to come to the place and it's going to crystallize in the kidneys. Now you got all types of crystal stones, gallbladder stones, and all types of things, and down you're on dialysis. See that? And that's why I'm trying to get you to look at disease. It's not really disease per se. It's your body being magnificent, but you not eating the right thing or putting your body in the right environment. So this magnificent part of your body is now going against the body. So we have to change the way we conceptualize diseases. Hold on. Now we talking about small organs with high metabolic rate explains lower resting energy expenditures in African Americans than white adults. Family, before we keep going, because you know they got a saying called beating a dead horse. Do y'all get what I'm saying so far? Anybody seeing this? Anybody agree with this info? Anybody getting understanding, overstanding, and understanding so far? Type in some sevens. Put some sevens in this deal. Who getting this? Who getting this information? I don't care if y'all mad at me or not. I'm here spitting the truth. You can get mad at this. And what's crazy is this. This is the crazy part. It be your own people mad at you for letting them know how magnificent they is. How are you mad at me for telling you that you God? This is what we have come to, family. I'm sitting here proving that you are God. I'm proving that you are the highest intelligent, superior genetic being on planet Earth, and you mad at me. Must be the food. You must be on that carnivore diet, brother. You better get off that corn. You must be listening to Dr. Carnivore and them. You must be eating all that meat. All right, so we got the sevens in the building. All praises. Baruch Hashem. Now check this out. So this talking about small organs with higher metabolic rate explains lower resting energy expenditure in African Americans than in whites. Now so what this talking about? This is basically talking about EER, EEF, and this is your ability to burn fat, to burn visceral fat while you're not doing anything. You being sitting still, and your ability to actually, your metabolism, your thyroid, your pituitary glands working together with the adipose tissue cells and the leptin cells, and it's actually have the ability to burn fat. Let's read what this says. This says African Americans have lower resting energy expenditure, which stands for REE, relative to fat mass, FFM, than do whites. So see, we hold on to more fat or hold on to more lipids than they do. Now, my question would be this: why? Remember, you got to ask yourself why. Do you know that the lipids and the fats is what makes your sexual hormone? And that's the reason why we reproduce 100,000 times more than them too. If you actually check, they're not reproducing as much at all. If you check the statistics lately, and we are outnumbering them by births a whole lot. And that's because they lack a lot of the lipid-based chemistry or cholesterol that they need to actually turn on and make these sexual hormones to reproduce. So we hold on to them. We hold on to lipids and to cholesterol and to adipose tissues more than them. But the problem is this, though. Since we do, if we eat the wrong things, we will get more estrogen than them. And that's the reason why you see a lot of black men with man boobs, or you see a lot of black men with visceral fat around the waist, or they get a lot of fat around the hips because of that reason. So the very thing that make you great can be your kryptonite if you eat the wrong things, or if you eat like another people, or if you think like another people, or if you live like another people. The very things that make you who you are, the very things that make you superior, the very thing that make you God will actually make you human, will actually make you inferior If you don't find it's time for you to find your identity, family. Find your culture, find your land, find your language, find your diet, find your dances, find your rituals, find all of these, find your ceremonies. It's time for you to dig deep. Dig deep. And I understand a religion done messed up. A religion that took a toll on everybody. I get it. It took a toll on me once. I'm free from that bondage. Thank you, God. But I get it. So I know that this thing is going to take time, but I hope you at least listening to the information, meditating on the information. And before you say I'm this taboo, before you say I'm batshit crazy and I'm out my mind, before you say I'm a liar, just do you have enough respect for yourself? Not me. Forget me. Have enough respect for yourself to challenge the information and research the information yourself, and then come to your own conclusion. Don't say I'm not going to listen to him because he got locks. I'm not going to listen to him because he got a big ass gold chain on. This is our culture anyway. We wear big gold chains. Mansa Musa, we wear watches. We wear all of these. We stayed tatted up, to be honest with you. And if you start studying the indigenous culture, we wear gold. We had indie ink. We got tats. We have a whole tattoo methodology named after us. We always was high in fashion. We are the same people. They just took our identity. We do the same things, y'all. We do the same thing. We always was repopulating. The same thing we do today, except killing each other and degrading the black woman. Other than that, we did the same thing for thousands of years. I could take you to the Bible where black men wore chains. I could take you to so many different, take you to Egypt, Kemet, the walls, big golds and jewels on, big diamonds in their teeth. We ain't the first person to start rocking golds. I could pull up gold teeth in Egypt thousands of years ago. They putting diamonds in their teeth, princess cuts, big gold chains on, big rings on. They ain't the first one. They rocking rings. They been looking like this. And they posing with their garments on the hieroglyphs. Let's not talk about the Hebrews. Let's not talk about the ancient scrolls rocking big golds, big gold teeth. Flyers whips, the best camels on 24s, best camels on 24s. Yes, with the pure leather seats, pure leather straps. We've been doing this. Straight up though, family. I'm just saying, family, you start really studying your culture, you like, man, we them people. We straight them people, man. You been hollering at them beautiful women picking something up on a camel. Bring your beautiful black, melanated, blue, black, purple self here, girl. Come hop up on my camel. Because, camel was the rich nigga ride. The rich nigga ride. You came in on a donkey. That was your hoopty. We had hoopties. We had projects. We had huts on top of each other. Then we had palace huts called tabernacles. You know what I'm saying? Like we had ain't nothing changed, y'all. Nothing is new under the sun. Her story keeps repeating itself. Straight up, we lit. We been lit. We been lit. All right, what else we got? All right, and this is just talking about the small organs too, and it just shows you the study of the sex and of the drive and of the sexual hormones, so we can get past that. Let's see. All right, now we get into the bone structure of the body, and this just shows you how many minerals we truly have in our body. It says this graph shows the average bone density. Now this is talking about the bone densities and the minerals that make up the bone. The white Caucasian man, the so-called Caucasian man, his everybody have their main mineral. The Caucasian man, and I'm gonna prove this, they main mineral is calcium. They lack calcium and they need calcium. The black man, so-called black man, is iron phosphate. Iron phosphate is very, very, very important to our molecular structure. The Mongolian Asian man is zinc. They need zinc and they actually need iodide. So they need zinc and iodide. We need iron phosphate and the Caucasian need calcium. And I got so many studies to back this stuff up, y'all. So that's why we put so much iron phosphate inside of all of our herbs, because that's what the black man need. Shouts out to the late great Dr. Sebi for being one of the first people to even prove this. So a moment of silence to that ancestor right there. May his reincarnation be everything. And may all of these ancestors speak through me today, straight up. So shouts out to Dr. Sebi, one of the many master teachers. Because he the one who got me hip to the iron phosphate, the iron fluorine. I just got to really studying, especially when I was in my biochemistry classes. I'm like, man, this sounds like this is a very predominant mineral when you start studying the black physiology or the black anatomy. And it was. And then you start studying the Caucasians, the so-called Caucasians. You see that their main mineral they need for all their functionalities of their cells is calcium. And then you go and start studying the Asians, and theirs is zinc, and theirs is zinc. For real, it's zinc. and aldehyde or aldyne that's converted to aldehyde when it goes through its metabolic process within the body. All right, now check this out. This graph shows the average bone density of African American black men and women and for Caucasian white men and women. Y'all see that? I'm still on, Anna. It says the bone density is quite a bit higher. Hold on. Quite a bit higher in the African Americans. It is also higher in men than in women. So not only do we have more bone, and that's the reason why, is because we was made to protect the black woman. That's why our shoulders is more broader than the so-called black woman. Usually we are more taller than the black woman. If you check our femurs, we have more bone densities. I mean, like everything about us, our hands are bigger than theirs. That shows you that we really are the providers and the protectors of the black goddess. We like the security detail, family. It says it is also higher in men than it is women. Asian persons tend to have bone density that is as low or even lower than Caucasians. You see that? It says they need magnesium, and the calcium lie. The bone need magnesium. Calcium is just a little bitty factor when it comes to bone. What makes strong bones is magnesium, is not calcium. I have a book called The Calcium Lie 1, 2, and 3 that will blow your socks off. And it got all articles in there proving this stuff. It says about this. Then it says Hispanic people have bone density is about the same or as little as higher than the Caucasians, showing you that the Hispanic people is very, very closer to our DNA than a lot of people. I'm just keeping it real with y'all. I know y'all don't like to hear it, but it is. The difference in bone densities are seen even in kids or children. A kid is a baby goat. It says the next graph shows the bone density at the hip in girls. Now you wonder why our young black girls got hips and butts and they only 14 years old. That's because they have a lot of nutrients in that area. That's why they hips spread out the way they do and everything, y'all. That's why, yes, you got to keep brothers with your daughters. Watch them, protect them. Make sure you installing all types of different morality codes and laws into them because they look good. So you and another brother or somebody else will take advantage of that. So we have to install culture into our black babies, y'all. Straight up. It says the next graph shows bone densities at the hips in girls. This was a study done by Dr. Laurel Bachrach, a member of the scientific review board. She measured the bone density in hundreds of kids who lived near San Francisco. The African-American black girl and boys had higher bone density than the Caucasian and white, Asian, or Hispanic children. Now look at the graph. I'm not making this up. I didn't make this graph. Y'all see that? Y'all see that? And I'm not here trying to start no race war or nothing like that. So y'all don't be going back and forth with each other on here. Please don't do that. I'm just here to spit the facts. All right. Race determination using a femur. Uh-oh. We already talked about the femur, but this is just showing you more work, more stuff, more work, more stuff. Now, I just want to hit on melanin just a little bit. Shouts out to young Pharaoh. I know the brother going through a lot of mental issues right now. Still my brother, still love him to life. He actually opened the door for the younger generation to the conscious community. Anybody take that away from him, you a liar. Anybody that says different, you are stuck in pride. You are literally stuck in pride. He might be going through his mental things right now. He might be, going through some things right now. But I really want to take my hats off to that brother for a minute because he literally opened the door for a lot of conscious brothers like myself. All right. Now, the reason why I'm saying that is because I like to give credit where credit due. I just wish people would give me credit for my work. But I got this idea from one of his graphs from like 5 years ago. So shouts out to young Pharaoh. We most definitely praying for you, sending out affirmations for you, God. Now, check this out. This just shows you the different types of melanin. Of course, I'd use my own words and all of that. But melanin, the chemical, it's called Kemet Kal. Kemet Kal. Kemet means land of black, and Kal. Kal means black thereof. So Kemet Kal or chemical. So now you know what chemical really means. Chemical literally means Kemet Kal. The study of the black molecule or the study of the black dot is what chemical actually means. Kemet Kal. It's the key to life. It's the only molecule that condenses sunlight. It says the abstract and material substances that synchronizes your etheric and physical body to the universe cosmic consciousness. So you have something called cosmic melanin, which is gas. That's why if you look in the sky, if you look between our sky and then once you get to the dome, before you get to that dome or that glass, the primordial water up there, yes, All of that is called gasified melanin. That's what you're looking at now. If you go outside right now, if it's dark, that's melanin. Black as night out there. It says made of gases, substance such as nitric oxide and carbon oxide, right? Then you have human melanin. All right, so this is what we have. We have neuromelanin and we have eomelanin. And it says it's made of millions of fractal crystals. So you have many different crystals in your body. Not only do you have trillions of magnetite crystals in your brain, but you have crystals around something. So this get deep. I ain't gonna go deep into it, but you have something called a cytoplasma, and then around the cytoplasma of the cell, you have this cholesterol that makes up the mucosa barrier of the cells. Inside of this cholesterol is made of fractional crystals, y'all. And that's why doing crystal work is so important. I got a whole lecture on that, y'all, because somebody been throwing shots saying that I can't prove that the chakras is real. And I overkilled it. That's how I beat a dead horse with that one. We'll probably do that tomorrow for real, because it's just so deep. But shows you how crystal work is really good for you, because it literally stimulates the crystals that's inside of each 150 trillion cells of your body. And then you have trillions of magnetites inside of your brain. This is how cell phones is able to work. This is how you get signals, everything. This is how you was able to pray, meditate. It all have to do with the crystals that's inside of our body. And then these crystals are melanin. Then you have botanical melanin, or what you'll call chlorophyll, which come from chloroplasts, which is a sign of melanin. Then you have eomelanin, which is made of liquid melanin that makes up the great percentage of your hemoglobin in your blood plasma. This is responsible for your skin color, the eomelanin. Then you have animal melanin that's made of pheomelanin, and it lacks eel and neuromelanin. Then you have the Caucasian people. They have melanin, but they lack them all. And this is the reason why the graphs are different, and the hospital is getting treated different, y'all. And we get treated different when we in the hospital. I can't wait to Houston, man. I'm blowing the top off the building, family. All right, now this just talking about the photoprotection by melanin, a comparison of black and Caucasian skin. We already know about this. We don't have to go through this same thing. Y'all can play this back and look at it, but we know that our melanin is totally different than ours. And then we're just going to talk about sulfur melanin and how, they melanin have sulfur inside of it and ammonia in it. Our melanin have selenium and magnesium in it. So our melanin is even different than their melanin. Our melanin is totally different than their melanin. And if you heat up their melanin, it actually get cold. And if you warm their melanin, it actually get hot. And that explains why they like to run in the cold with tank tops and shorts on. That explains the ammonia sulfur smell you smell when they get wet and hot, and all of these other different things. You see what I'm saying? So even our odor is different in races. And I got articles on that too. Even the odor is different. And the reaction to elements that creates the odor is different. What else we got? Now, this is going to be the last thing I talk about, and the rest I want to save. This talking about catalase and how our catalase is different. This is the reason why we have high blood pressure too, because we have more catalase inside of our body than them, and this is the reason why it appears that we are hypertension when we don't really be hypertension, y'all. This talking about the catalase. So I'm gonna leave this up. Let me get the other one up there. Where is it at? Give me a second, y'all. Let me find it. So this just showing you the clinical characterization of the population and of catalase, and showing of hypertension subjects. Remember I said we wake up with more cortisol in our blood because we're dealing with the awakening sleep patterns, or what you call the circadian rhythm, which is actually controlled by the pineal gland, and our pineal glands is way bigger than theirs, which is the reason why we produce more serotonin and melatonin than them. But it's a side effect to it if you don't get enough sleep. It's a side effect. Black people are supposed to be delta realm sleeping. If you don't delta sleep, it's bad for you. And you wake up with a bunch of cortisol inside of the bloodstream. And this was actually what's raising your blood stress. There's many other factors that's raising it, and you stressed out because we acting like runaway slaves because we're dealing with something called epigenetic inheritance, transgenerational epigenetic inheritance, where we have all the traumatic downloads from our ancestors, and we're still living these things out in this everyday life. That's why we got to do a lot of traumatic work, spirit work, and shadow work to get rid of these traumas, to get rid of these memories. That's why, yoga and deep breathing, diaphragmatic breaths, stretching, going swimming, being in nature, writing, journaling, all this stuff, playing with your inner child, all this stuff help you with the traumatic experience that was passed down to us by our ancestors. Our blood pressure is high because of a number of things. And man, basically, that was it, y'all. What y'all think so far? We really gonna get into it. We really gonna get into it, though, at the seminar. But this just shows you the reason why they can eat the type of meat and the things that they eat is because they gut microbiota is different. Not only is their gut microbiota is different, the microbiota in the salivary secretions in their mouth is more acidic than ours. Not only that, they have a different type of diversity of portfolio of microorganisms in their mouth. Not only that, their teeth are smaller than ours and their teeth are sharper than ours. I mean, we can keep going. We went through so many articles to prove that we are biochemically different. And since we are biochemically different, we are made to eat a different food. If you look into the bird kingdom, there's many different types of birds. You have a bird called a parakeet that loves nothing but fruits and nuts. And then you have a bird called a vulture, and all it eat is meat. I don't eat nothing else, but it's called a bird. Then you have a different type of lion. You have the actual mountain lion that eats fish. Then you have a regular lion that eats nothing but gazelles and hyenas and other type of stuff. It's still a part of the feline family, but guess what? Their diets is different in their geographical location is different. Same thing as the fowl. You have a carnivore fowl. You have a fowl that eats nothing but nectar called the hummingbird. And then you have a fowl that eats nothing but seeds. And then you have a fowl that eats nothing but fruits. But it's still a part of the bird family. But based off their geographical location and based off their biochemical makeup of that bird, they all have a different food. You see what I'm saying? We can keep going on and so forth. So if birds, which there's millions of classifications of birds, have a different biological molecular structure and makeup and build, and it's evidence that their diet is different, then we get to the feline kingdom and we get to their geographical location and we see that they have a different biological molecular structure and build. One have a mane, one have short ears, the other one is more shorter and got more hair on it, got more visceral fat because it's in the actual mountains. The other one is in the jungle and it's hot. And if you switch them and take them out, they will die. If you put a mountain lion in the jungle, it would die because it will overheat. But it's still a lion though. And if you put that other lion in the cold mountain, it would die because it's too cold. But it's still a feline. They still got a different thing. Let's talk about fish. You have fish that eats other fish, and then you have fish that eats nothing but vegetable. It's all called a fish though. You have fish that are mammals, and then you have fish that lay eggs, but it's still a part of the fish kingdom. Then you have saltwater fish that lives in a different geographical location. Then you have freshwater fish that stays in a different geographical location. Eat totally different food, but it's a part of the what? Aquatic fish kingdom. So if this applies to everybody on planet Earth, y'all, why in the hell doesn't it applies to human? It apply to everybody, but when you get to humans, they're the same people. They have the same chemical makeup on the same. There's no color in spirit. Spirit is only one color. That's bullshit. Even spirit got a color. It's called hue. It's called light code spectrums, frequency, invisible light code. The shit got a color to it. So even spirit scientifically have a color. What are we talking about here? We all one color. No, you want to bet $1,000 on that? Look, B, I'm a betting man. You want to bet $1,000 on that? So why does this make sense to every other mammal, animal, living, breathing entity on Earth? But when it comes to the human race, it's only one race, and that's the human race. Man, get out of there with that bull crap, man. Come on, man. The birds got a different diet. The fish got a different diet, a different geographical location. The birds got a different diet, a different geographical location. The dogs got a different diet, different geographical location. The felines got a different diet, different geographical location. So guess who have a different diet, a different biochemical molecular makeup, and a different geographical location? So-called white people and so-called black people. And I rest my case. There it is. There it is. If y'all got some understanding, overstanding, and understanding thus far, type in some Ninas. Put some nines in the building. Put some nines in the building. Our diet was changed in the 1600s. I feel you. It was changed a little bit before that, but you right on track, though. Yes, our diets was changed on purpose. Not only was our diet changed on purpose, but our identity was taken from us and our language was changed on purpose. These are facts. These are facts. All praises, all praises. I'm glad we got some understanding, overstanding, and understanding. How long I've been live on this deal? I've been live for an hour and 43 minutes. I'll take a few phone calls. Before we get into the phone calls, I do want to go back to this real fast. For those that are looking to see me, I will be in Houston, Texas on the 8th, a couple of days, y'all. Houston, Texas. I will be at a HBCU for the Help and Liberation Tour. We'll be at Peer Review A&M University. Go to eventbrite.com and get your tickets, get your tickets. All of my herbs will be there. I'm selling all of my herbs there. I'm selling t-shirts. Oh, let me show you the t-shirts. I got to show y'all t-shirts. I got them right on me. I'm selling t-shirts. We selling all types of stuff. It's going to be food there so you can snack, and we bring in some fire information, y'all. Information that you will never hear from nobody else but Yahki Awaken, and I can promise you that. Also, for those that our website have been cyber attacked, that's the reason why I haven't really been promoting it. So if you go to the website, it's down right now, but we giving you clear instructions on how to get your orders out or how to still order from us. It's going to be down for about 2 weeks until we get the new site up and running. The government been messing with us, family, like a mug. So the website was cyber attacked. We still got all of y'all orders. All of y'all orders are going out. So y'all ain't got to worry about orders or anything like that. We got them. They're going out. And y'all information was protected. Nobody has y'all information. All right, so it says, peace, family. We want to thank you for your patience and underling support. Our website is currently under maintenance and will be for the next few weeks until we go live. All previous placed orders have been received and will be going out on our normal shipping schedule. Please reach out to us at orders@yahkiawaken.com. So if you just want to place an order and you don't know what to order because you can't see the website, reach out to us. Either I will contact you back, Kawa will contact you back, Mama Ruby will contact you back, or Brother Bernard will contact you back, and we'll tell you what to buy, and we'll send you an invoice for you can buy the herbs you need, and we can get them to you for your healing. And also, I have opened, I know y'all heard that phone line ringing back to back. We at the warehouse, y'all, and they calling that mug, but the number is 314-925-8317, 314-925-8317. You can call between the business hours of 9 a.m. and 6 p.m. Somebody will be there, Central Standard Time. Somebody will be there to answer, and we can take your order over the phone. Now, if you do reach out to us about ordering something or requiring something to be ordered, and you want a actual invoice sent to you for you can pay for the invoice with your card or through your PayPal, make sure that you send your full name, your phone number, including the area code, the item you won't purchase, or what you have going on, for we can tell you what you need to purchase, and your complete shipping address, and that's how we're gonna get to you, family. All right. You see how disrespectful our people is, though? They calling me back to back to back. This is our people. They don't listen. They do what the hell they want to do, and then get mad at you. If I just say, you know what, I'm unplugging the phone, I ain't taking nobody orders, y'all will be mad at me. But look how they move. It's disrespectful. All right, so let me get the phone lines up and running. I'm not talking to anybody that I talked to last week, family. All right. That is unfair. So if I talked to you before, you're not getting talked to today. I love you, though. Let me plug the phone up. Y'all see the line? Go on, give us a call. Call me on WhatsApp, 708-831-2335. 708-831-2335. I'm most definitely finna unplug that phone.
Marlon Miller, +1-646.
Peace, God. Hold on, let me put my headphones on. Make sure everything good.
Yes, sir. Peace, God.
Peace, God. How you feeling, man? How you doing, man?
Oh, man, everything is blessed, man. I'm happy I got on the phone with you, man.
All praises. State your name, man, and where you from for the people.
Yeah, brother. My name is Marlon. Yogi. They call me Yogi, man.
I like your name, Yogi. All right, I like your name,
yes,
man.
Sir.
You into breath
yes,
work?
Sir.
You into that breath work, man?
Every day.
All right, so I get where the Yogi come from. All praises. Can y'all hear the brother? Yeah. Can y'all hear the God? If y'all can hear the God, type in some sevens for me, and then we're going to let him ask his questions. We're going to see how we can help this brother out, or maybe he just be on here to drop some knowledge. Who knows? Type in some sevens.
Sir. Line in the chakras. Let it line in the chakras, man.
Yes, all praises. All praises.
All praises do. All praises, man.
If y'all can hear the brother, type in some sevens, and we'll get this going. Yeah, they hear you, brother. They hear you.
Peace.
All right, so what you got going on, brother? Talk to us.
All right, King. So yeah, man. Honestly, I've been splurging on your videos. I can't even lie. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to give thanks for the works that you do.
All praises, brother.
Community, and even for myself. You know what I'm saying? Because definitely been learning a lot. And teaching is not easy. I know it takes a lot of energy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so it does.
Give thanks for the healing. Yeah. Give thanks for the healing, King. Give thanks for the healing, man.
All praises, man. I appreciate
that.
I got
two questions.
Okay.
Basically, the first one is I've been dealing with hematuria, actually. You know what I'm saying? and I've been watching your videos. Shit, I just ordered my first package. The package came in like 3 days ago, so I've been taking the bitters.
Mhm.
Shit, I'm 2 days in, King. You know what I'm
You
saying?
two
So
days in? How you
definitely,
feeling? How you feeling? Is you
I
is you
already feel the difference, King. I feel the difference. You know, I've been cleansing. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes before I started the bitters, I was on the fruit, mostly fruits, you know
okay?
what I'm saying?
Mostly
I'll
fruits. The
probably do like
H3O2. All praises.
80% fruits. I've been like 20% veg, salads here and there, but my body was craving salts, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? So
yeah,
I was eating a lot of nuts. I was eating a lot of nuts and seeds and stuff like
yeah.
that,
Getting
and
them natural
some
sauce
vegan.
in. That's good. That's good.
Yeah. Vegan food and here and there, nothing crazy. Maybe like, man, less than 5% on that. So honestly, it's been working, and I've been detoxing my body. So, what herbs would you suggest? The first question: what herbs would you suggest when it comes to the hematuria? You know what I'm saying?
Uh,
Because honestly, one time I was urinating, and basically like blood was basically like it be coming out, but I be seeing like it coagulated sometimes. Like there's a
yeah.
there's
I
a
was just gonna say
parasite.
that. So I think
Yeah.
you. So with the hematuria, if I was you, I would do more of blood thinners though. Natural blood thinners, like the things that's
Mm-hmm.
high in tannins in it, because that
Mm-hmm.
coagulated blood can get stopped up in the urinary tract, and a lot of it get left behind, and it sits on the kidneys, and you don't want the because you're gonna have a nutritive factor. A nutritive factor is gonna be calcium, and then you have calcium in there crystallizing the blood, and that's gonna give you even more problems. So if I was you, man, you need to find you some grapes, brother. And if you can't find no grapes, man, find any type of astringent fruit for real. But the grape family, the cherries, the berry family, all these things is
Yeah.
high in
Yeah.
antioxidants, and they high in anthocyanins, meaning it have a lot of melanin in it. These things come with something called tannins in it and saponins. Even though tannins and saponins is what you would call a lectin, these are good lectins per se, because they do things like thin the blood, and it stops everything from coagulating or glomulating inside of the bloodstream. So if I was you, I'd do things high in grapes. If you can't find grapes, do grapefruits. If y'all keep calling, this will be my last call, family. Y'all have to be respectful. Y'all, why are y'all disrespecting this man? That's exactly what y'all doing. Y'all get one more call, this is the last call. But that's what I would do. Now, as far as
Yeah,
herbs
King.
for the blood, brother, I think you need to do chaparral. Chaparral is real good for the blood. It's real good for the urinary tract. It's real good for the kidneys. But too much of it can be strenuous on the liver. So don't take too much of it. If you can, get you a $25 capsule maker off of Amazon,
Mm-hmm.
and get on
Mm-hmm.
Amazon and order you some vegetarian halal capsules that don't have no pork and stuff like that in them.
Yeah,
And
no
man, you can
gelatin, none of that.
you
Yeah.
can literally grind up your own chaparral and put them in some zero capsules, man, and you can knock them back, brother. And that'd be good for the blood.
Facts.
You got the Barbers family too. If you look into the Barbers family is very good. These are your burdock roots. This is your yellow dock root and your
Yeah.
dandelion. The root part, that's very good for the blood as well. So I would get on blood cleansers, man, and I will get on blood thinners, natural fruits, man, and that'd be very, very good for you,
Cool.
and you will
Yes,
cleanse out your
sir.
whole
Yes,
system,
sir.
brother. But make sure you diving
Yes,
into
King.
your astringent fruits, God. Dive into them astringent fruits,
Yes,
fruits
King. Yes, King.
that
Yes, King.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm on fruits right now. Like I've been doing mostly berries. You know, the berries just been working for me lately. But the grapes, I've been gotta get that book,
That
the
grape
grape
cure,
cure. You
hey,
know what
the
I'm
grape
saying?
cure, man. Look,
Yeah, I
bro,
gotta
right
get
now,
that. I gotta get that.
bro, I think it's still, bro. When I bought it was only $12. That was like 8 years ago. Man, I done promoted that
Yeah.
book so much, and that's crazy, man. I be promoting all these books, and the wives be like, they be like, start an Amazon affiliation link for I
Not
can.
facts.
So
I've been looking at the website because I know you got all the juicers on there. You know
yeah,
everything. So
I never thought
King.
to.
So
I never thought to make a link though. So I'm gonna start doing affiliation links with Amazon, especially for the stuff that I don't make or we don't
yeah,
carry. That way I can make a little bit of money off of the free promotions. Cause like, man, I didn't promoted this so much, bro.
yeah,
Everybody I
yeah. I
see
mean,
got the coconut water.
King. That kind of I see you got your harmless harvest. I
Yeah.
be out there at Whole Foods regularly, but I've been that leads me into my second question real quick. Just yeah, the second question is basically I'm in Florida, man. So I'm soaking up the sunshine.
What
I'm
part
doing
of
my
Florida
blood
you in,
work.
man?
I'm in Central Florida.
You know,
I'm in
man, Florida
Central.
like my second home, God. I be there every month,
Yeah,
once a month, bro.
I mean, yo, King, we got a link, but I'm saying, like, what's up with those classes in South Florida?
So the classes in South Florida is going to be either in Fort Lauderdale or it's going to be in West Palm Beach or Miami. We don't know where we're doing it yet, but we're going to do it sometime in August. This is my last call, y'all, since y'all don't want to listen. This is my last call. But we're going to do it sometime in August, man. We're working on it right now. I'm trying to get the book out and I'm trying to get the classes out at the same time,
King,
and that'll be amazing.
King, nah, I know you got a lot going on, you know what I'm saying? So just like I said, man, much gratitude, much respect for your works, much honor. And you know, when you have those classes, definitely, like I said, I'm in Florida, so I definitely plan on linking with you because I'm already on that. I've been on that healing. You know, I've been practicing yoga for like 10 plus years now. So it's like just aligning myself in a way that
10 plus years
resonates. And yeah,
so
man,
let's link.
maybe
Maybe we can get you involved in the classes that we doing out there, because we're gonna be doing some yoga. I promise y'all, I'm not even having no more phone calls. Y'all, this is, you hear this, man? They just they disrespectful, bro.
I mean, listen, King, like, you know, I think a lot of people just limited on that knowledge, you know what I'm saying? But the fact that you bring it to them, like I said, I got my training in India and been to motherland, you know what I'm saying? So firsthand experience on that.
That's powerful,
and
bro.
it would just be an honor. It would just be an honor to build with you. And I'm honored just to be on the call with you right now, King. You know, everything happened in alignment, and, you know, just finding that peace and balance is what it's about, you know what I'm saying? So much respect and all praises due unto the Most High, King.
Man, all
I
praise to
appreciate
the
your
Most High.
time.
Baruch Hashem Yahuwah, man. Thank you, brother. I'm gonna make sure. Matter of fact, I'm gonna shoot you once we hang up. I'm gonna shoot you a quick text. That way I can lock you in and you'll be at the top. And let's do something, man. I want to see if you got any videos of your yoga, anything. Send them to me. That way we can make something happen. And when we do them classes in Florida, man, because we not only it's a whole retreat. You're not only going to be getting your certification and learning, but we're going to be doing some cooking juices. We're going to be doing raw cooking. Danny going to be doing raw cooking. Kawhi going to be showing y'all how to make juices. And we're going to be doing stretching and yoga and movement. So, man, I think this would be a great, you'll be, if you doing what I think you're doing, it'd be a great addition to what we got going on.
All in alignment, King. All in alignment. You know what I'm saying? Definitely looking forward to that text. And you know, God willing, we gonna link, man.
All right, I'm finna send a text right now, brother.
Much love.
All right, peace, almighty, peace. Let me text this brother real quick. Man, y'all mad disrespectful. I understand that y'all need healing and stuff, but come on, man. Like, what? So what, his healing don't mean nothing? Fuck his healing? Is that what you saying? Because I see y'all saying, you know, they just desperate. They need healing. So what? Forget Marlon healing? His healing don't mean nothing to y'all?
+1 401.
Peace, God. All right, fam. I want to play, man. I'm finna get up off here. Look, I love y'all. Peace, love, light, and healing. Matter of fact, you know what? Give me another call. Come on. All the calls that was calling before then, I'm not answering none of them, though. You don't get answered because you was one of them that was calling. Who we got? Nope, not you either. Give me a call that wasn't calling during this guy when he was trying to speak. Like, y'all gotta learn how to just, you know what I'm saying? Peace, love, light, and healing.
Hey, Yahki.
Peace. How you doing? What's your name?
My name, I'm on your live now up on the Long Live Mo 3.
Long Live Mo 3. Hey, facts. Long Live Mo 3. Mo 3 go hard.
Okay, but I have a question.
Uh-huh.
I had a weight loss surgery. I had gastric bypass. And I'm so interested in the 3 bitters.
Uh-huh.
So what should I do?
I mean, you still could take the 3 bitters. When you had your gastric bypass, what did they bypass?
Well, they did my stomach. They cut a piece of they cut the bottom part of the stomach and they rerouted it.
Oh, so this is what I'm saying. Where did they reroute it to? Like, did they take out you have a 9-inch intestinal tract called the duodenum, right? This is where all of your food is broken down at, and this is where your absorption at. Did they connect it to the duodenum? What did they connect your stomach straight into your small?
To the intestines.
To the small intestines?
Yes.
See, so that means you have an absorption problem too. Did they got you on any medication or any?
They had me on some medication, but I got myself off of everything.
That's good. I'm super proud of you. You still can do the 3 bitters. That'll be good for you. But what I really want you to pay attention to is super chewing your food. So start super chewing your food. That way it can break down and you can get a lot of that absorption in your mouth area. All right, so like when
Okay.
you chewing on any of your food, make sure you super chewing your food. Also, make sure that you're not eating food that's high in protein or complex amino acids. That mean it break down more because we're trying to get a lot of your absorption in your mouth and in your esophagus before it even hit your stomach. Since you don't have a duodenum no more, and they bypass the duodenum. Sorry, I'm sorry, sister. They just keep
Oh,
calling. I'm sorry.
okay. Well, they had me up. Well, I'm on vitamin D3. I'm on 10,000. I use. I take biotin. I take multivitamins. Those are the only three pills I take.
Yeah, see, but the reason why they got you on biotin and they got you on the multivitamins is because they took your duodenum. Your duodenum is a 9 inch. It's a 9 inch intestinal tract, and that's where basically all the gut bacteria is at to help you break down your food. And inside something called microvillas, you got these things called blood capillaries, and that's where all the phytonutrients enter into the bloodstream to make it to your body to feed the cells. But you got another way to get that absorption, and that's in your mouth. That's why I'm recommending that you super chew your food. Don't eat no meats and stuff. Anything that's very, very hard to break down, stay away from that.
Okay.
Eat foods that can easily be broken down. That'll be very, very good for you, and super chew your food.
Okay, because I gave up pork 37 years ago, gave up beef 10 months ago, so I'm working on getting rid of the fish
I'm
and the
super,
chicken.
super proud of you. I'm happy
So
for you.
I'm trying,
That's what you need.
but
But
I just
the three bitters will
okay.
be amazing for you. And my bad about all these beeps. They keep calling. So my bad.
I know I'm looking. I see. I will. All right, well that's what I want to know. So I'm gonna order. Go ahead and order the three bitters
So
and start that.
so you can't get on the website to order. So what you would do is you're gonna go to orders and go to the website. It's gonna show you exactly what to do. You would just say you would go to orders at yakiawaken.com and you would say you want the three
Okay.
bitters. They'll reach back out to you and they'll ask you for your name, your phone number, your shipping address, and they will send you an invoice. Once you pay the invoice, we'll ship it right out to you.
Okay. Okay. All right. Well then, thank you so much. That's what I was concerned about, mainly being that I had that surgery. Could I still take your products? That was my
Oh
main
yeah,
concern.
of course, you can still take the products, but again, just make sure you super chewing your food because you lack that ability to really absorb, and you do have a certain amount of absorption in the jejunum, which is that mid
Hmm.
gut area, so you can still absorb once you get there. And in the transverse colon, there are some absorption factors there, but your main absorption factors is in that duodenum, and that's what they took out. They passed up your duodenum and they connected your stomach
Okay.
with your small intestines.
Right. So one more question.
Uh huh.
I have a sugar. I picked up the old habits. I love sweets, and I'm trying to shake the sweets. What could I do to not crave sugar, the sweets?
Get you some glutamate, and what has glutamate in it. Glutamate will stop the addiction and reward factor of the brain. So glutamate, you can get something called quassia chips, which is in the bitter one. Bitter one is very good for addiction. So quassia chips
Okay.
is another thing called judah root. Judah root is actually in bitter too. All these things is good,
Oh,
but
the
if
Juna Root. I think I can get that. I know what that says.
so yeah, so look, that's super good for addiction. The Judah root and quassia chips and glutamate. Glutamate is very, very good for actually cleansing the melanin receptors, or what you call
But where
opiate
can I
receptors.
get that at though?
You can get that at your
I
local
mean,
herbal store, or you can get it, or you
okay.
can, or but look, again, it's in my three bitters. So if you get the three bitters, it's in there as well.
So if I just get the three bitters, that'll cover everything that I need. So I want to buy it individually.
Yeah, I mean, basically for all the things that you
Okay.
telling me and what you need for, yeah, to help cleanse out
Right.
that
That
gut.
yeah. That's what I want. I want that right there to help get the cravings to promote my body back into losing the weight instead of gaining it from the sugars.
Yeah, I got you. I got you. Well, you want it. That's what you need. And just love yourself more. And it's just, you got to take a stand one day and say, you know what? This sugar messing me up. I love myself to put it down. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Well, the thing, I'm off into my chakras, so pretty much my spirit be the stuff that you talk about. I already know it, because my ancestors revealed things
All
to me. I
praises.
can just see something and pretty much tell. You know how somebody that has a premonition? I'm one of
Yeah.
those people.
So you a seer. That's
So
good. That's good. That's good. Then
okay,
now it's time.
yeah,
Now it's time to use that gift for the people. Use your gift to
right,
liberate the people. Everything you do in life is to liberate your people. So I appreciate
right,
you. I
right,
truly
right.
appreciate you.
All right. Well, thank you so much. I don't want to hold you up. I'm gonna get back into your store, your live.
All right. Peace, Queen. Blessings, Goddess.
All right. Thank you.
All right.
Uh
Peace,
huh.
sir.
Peace.
Peace, 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 love, light, and healing. Oh, hey, y'all got to check out these shirts. Y'all check this out.
+1 903 331.
Look at this, y'all. Hey, y'all see that? Yes, family, food aside is the number one cause the leading cause of disease in the black community.
+1 267 475 292.
Peace, love, light, and healing. Peace, love, light, and healing.
Peace, peace, brother. I'm Near Shahid. How's everything, brother?
And I'm doing good, brother. Hey, you look on the screen, man. You see my shirts, brother? Check that out.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's one of the shirts, man. It's called Yes Family Foodicide. It's the #1 leading cause of death in the black community. Hold on, I got some more of them, y'all. I gotta show y'all my shirts real quick.
Okay. See
Go-
what's going on.
Here go another one. This one is just representing the television series that we got. It's saying foodicide, and it's breaking down the actual definition. This is my own definition, my own word. I actually own this word and the definition, y'all. It's my word. Look it up. It's me.
Straight fire.
Yeah. Hold on, I got a couple more. And then we're gonna be selling all of these at the seminar too. Check that one out. Yeah. So I'm pretty. Hey, shouts out to Nabi. Shouts out to my attorney Roundtree, man. They been getting it in for me. But how can I help you out, brother? Talk to me.
Oh boy. All right. Where should I start? Well, first of all, #1, I want to say that I feel like I'm in good health. That's
Okay.
#1. #2 is I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna be straight up honest. I like fish. I like chicken, and there's a strong possibility that I will not be able to give that up anytime soon.
Okay.
I try to do it in moderation. I strive for to do the baked fish, do the baked chicken, and normally at the end of the month I give myself like a 3-day fast to try to cleanse a lot of that out. I'm going to be honest with myself. I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, in another 30, 60 days I'm going to be a frugivore. I'm going to be honest with myself. I'm not there, brother. I'm not there. But what I can do is just try to be smart about my diet. I do the what is it? The over mastication as far as like chewing my foods.
Yes, that's good. Okay.
Drink a lot of the waters, spring water in a glass.
That's good.
So I try to keep up with what I can keep up with. But my main concern really is I have an older brother.
Okay.
He is 57 years old. 25 years ago, he was diagnosed at type 2 diabetes.
Okay.
10 years ago, he went completely blind. So what the medical facilities did, they was able to retouch his retina because his retina was detached at one point.
All right, so it was detached from the optic lobe. Okay.
Yes. So according to them, they say, okay, once we attach it or reattach it back, then there should be hope. This was about 8 years ago. It has worsened since then. And I understand, I've listened to some of your videos in the past, and you stated that if the retina is detached, there's really nothing that you can really do for a person with a detached retina.
Yeah, not if it's 100% detached, but most of the time it don't be 100% detached, but they still want the money for the surgery, so they'll tell you that. But a lot of times when we request to see it, it do be little pieces of strands or what you'll call fiber nerves. They're still connected to the optic lobe. So is like y'all, it's for sure completely 100% detached.
At one point, it was detached, but after the surgery, they said that it was a successful surgery, but they are clueless as to why there has not been any improvement in his vision.
And then they checked his eyes. He don't have no type of crystallizations over his irises. There's no type of crystallization there. When you look in his eyes, you don't see any solidified mucus over his actual pupils.
It definitely is.
So that's the reason why he's going to have to break up that solidification and that calcification over there. Did they check the nerves and see if he was getting any signals to them actual nerves to the retina?
Not after the COVID situation hit. Prior to that, he got it checked up. So I would say that was back in 2019. Has not been any checkup after 2019.
So if I was him, brother, this is what I would do. I would go back. I would get checked and see if I have any type of nerve stimulation in those fibers. That's the first thing I would do. then if I do have that, that means I'm still getting signal to my eyes. If I'm still getting signal to my eyes, I will be wondering why am I not getting an output, and why am I not getting a picture? Usually it's something covering up the screen or the actual retina, the iris. So he's gonna have to break up that mucus, that solidified calcification over the eye. We usually do deep fasting. He's still gonna have to cleanse the pancreas, because the pancreas is very, very closely associated with the eyes. Just like the kidneys is very closely associated with the heart, the pancreas and its eyes, they move as one, especially with their neurons and their secretions and the islands of Langerhans that's in there. You have something called somatostatins that's produced by the delta cells. In there, you produce a pituitary growth hormone. A part of that growth hormone stimulates eyes. It stimulates the follicles of the eyes. So he's going to have to cleanse the pancreas. So, I will say this. I will say get the pancreas support kit from me, cleanse out his pancreas, and then buy you some Obright from me or from your local herbal store and start cleansing and rinsing his eyes to see if you can break up some of that coagulation of mucus that's on his irises. Not only that, though, he's going to have to get all of the impurities out of his body. What is his diet like? Is he eating any meat and flesh? Because that's going to cause him to keep having the hyperglycemia anyway.
He's about 5 to 6 months vegan now.
Okay, that's good. That's good. Okay. So tell him to stay on the vegan diet, rinse his eyes with Eyebright. Make sure you get some dillberry weed too, because dillberry weed is very, very good for the eyes. He ain't drinking and smoking or nothing, is he?
No, sir.
See, so he on a straight path now. So look, cleanse them eyes, cleanse his pancreas. Make sure that you do lymphatic brush massages, because if he have crystallization of mucus on his irises, that means his maxillary cavities and his sigmoid cavities is full of mucus. So you have to cleanse and drain his lymphatic system. And the only way to cleanse and drain that lymphatic system is you have to relieve pressure from the lymphatic system, or the GOAT, which is called the gut associated lymphatic tissue. So you have to cleanse the gut for you can relieve that pressure. You can get all that amyloid protein and stuff from off of his brain. And the only way to do that is by cleansing through his sinuses. This is all cervical and maxillary cavity. So you got to cleanse them. So cleanse his gut, and you can cleanse his gut with stuff like slippery ambark, Cascara Grande, things like that will cleanse the gut. Or you can just get the 3 bitters from me plus the pancreas support kit and get some Eyebright. And I think if you work on the gut, while you're working on the gut, pull on the lymphatic system. While you're pulling and tugging at the lymphatic system, make sure his kidneys is online for he can filtrate all that metabolic waste through acetylcholine. While you're doing that, cleaning his eyes out. And once you get the pressure from the gut, now he'll start draining systemically from the cervical area, what we call the head area. You're going to start seeing mucus come from his eyes, mucus come from his ears, mucus come from his nose, his mouth. You might even start seeing dendrin fungus grow from his head. These are all signs that he's getting rid of all that solidification of mucus and all of the acidosis from his head area. Once you get all the acid and the mucus from the head and you get that crystallization off his eyes, if he have a signal through that optic lobe and through that retina, if he's picking up a signal or cations and anions, he should have sight.
So this is basically, you have to check to see if there's like the nerve fibers are active. Basically.
Yes. And they can check that. They can check that. They can check it with a dye, or they can check it with one of the electrical machines. They can check it. Don't let them tell you they probably want to use it anyway because it's expensive and they want to charge his insurance from it. So tell him you want to see if he have any type of stimulants going on within them nerve fibers.
Okay, got that. All right, just jotting that down for you. Okay, and just a last related question.
Mm-hmm.
Doctor said my hemoglobin levels are 5.8. Let me knock that down a little bit. What's the quickest way?
The hemoglobin?
My A1C.
Your A1C. Oh, your A1C. The best way for real. I would say you need to look. I'm gonna tell you something you don't want to hear. You have to get off the meat. You got to get off the meat, especially the chicken, because that chicken ain't even real anyway, brother. It come from an African jungle red-winged fowl, and it's mixed with vulture and stuff like that. Like it really is, brother. So that's not even a real meat. Not only that, all of the cholesterol that it comes with a cholesterol that's not even made for the cholesterol of your body. I mean, that chicken poisonous, bro, and it will give you hyperglycemia. It will raise your A1C. So you're going to have to get off the meat and resistant training in a sauna. That'll work. Resistant training in a sauna. You do high resistant training, get you some resistant bands, and because the whole thing you have to do is you have to use up all that glucose factor. The best way to use or utilize your glucose storages is by going into high ketosis. The best way to get them high ketones is by working your muscles for you can start burning the glucose. Once you burn that glucose, then you just got to find a way to bring in another sugar source that won't be so high. And that's when you get on your fructose, man, and your mild glucose, brother. So I would say resistant training. Get off that chicken. You can even stay on the fish for a little minute, but get off that chicken, brother. And just wean yourself off the fish. And look, and just test yourself. Just say, let me see if Yahki know what he's talking about. Let me fast from the fish. Let me fast from the chicken. I will stay on my so-called clean fish. I'm going to do resistant training. I'm going to do sauna, and I'm going to do lymphatic massages. Watch that work.
Lymphatic massages. Got you. Okay, and a person asked this in the chat, and it actually relates to myself too. As far as breastfeeding, are your bitters could adversely affect breastfeeding, or it could work cohesively?
It can't work cohesively. Now, bitter one can, but we don't sell them separately. And I wouldn't, because you got, you got that hydrangea root. So no, if you breastfeeding, I wouldn't recommend you take the 3 bitters. Because you gonna cleanse, and all of that is gonna go to the milk, and then all them impurities in the milk is from that ductal for the ducts. The milk ducts is gonna go to the baby, and all them impurities. So now, because the baby's gonna be drinking the impurities, and sometimes the 3 bitters have such bitters in them that they would dry up the breast milk because they're astringent. So you don't want to drop the breast milk anyway.
Okay, so neither 1 nor 2 nor 3.
I wouldn't recommend neither of them if you breastfeeding. Not me. I wouldn't recommend them.
Understood. I appreciate your help.
Oh man, it's all good, brother.
For a couple of years, and I will continue to do so. Just do the research as well.
Yes,
and I like how you encourage us to do our own individual research, so that way we can bring it all together.
You got to
and compare contrast.
You got to. It's called comparative studies. You got to. But look, brother, before we get off though, if I was you, I know you said you ain't, but I get off all of that meat, even the fish. But since you weaning yourself and you finna test me, and you finna study to show yourself approved. If you're going to stay on the fish, at least get off that chicken, brother, please.
At least the chicken. I feel you. At least the chicken. I can at least do that. At least the chicken.
All right. Appreciate you, brother.
I appreciate you.
All right. Shalom Laka.
Peace to everybody in the chat, too.
Peace. Right. Peace. Love, light, of healing. Peace. Love, light, of healing. Can you hear me?
Hi, yes, good evening. I'm trying to follow you on your live, but my internet is slow. Good evening to you.
What's your name,
I
goddess?
have a question. Oh, Angelina.
Angelina. How you doing? Where you from?
Yes, I'm from I'm from Oakland, California, but I'm calling from Sacramento.
Okay, Oakland in the building. What you got going on? Talk to us.
So I have a nephew.
Mm-hmm.
He is about 6 or 7 months,
Mm-hmm.
and my niece. So this is her young prince. He is suffering from what the doctors are telling her is eczema,
Mm-hmm.
and it is really bad. I sent you a DM actually 1 or 2 days ago, and I sent you a picture of him. It's really bad.
Was I talking to you?
No, I haven't spoke to you, so I'm so grateful to be on live right now talking to you. So if you have a chance to check your DM, you can actually see a photo of my nephew.
What's your name, real quick? Let me check it.
On IG, it is Misty. Misty.
I can't even get to it because they keep calling back to back. I can't even get to. Okay.
And Misty Town.
Would y'all please quit calling? They ain't gonna
just start with Misty, and you should.
I can't even do it because as soon as I go to they call and it knocks the whole IG screen off.
Okay.
I can tell you what to do though.
Okay. So I sent you a message saying how it's covering his entire body,
mm-hmm.
and it's all over his head. It's making his hair fall out. They're saying that it's an acute eczema skin issue. They saying that they can't give him any allergen tests. That's what we thought, that maybe he's allergic to something.
Is that giving him steroids?
He's too young. You know what? This is probably not the best way to to introduce it to you because I don't know that much, but I'm trying to take the first step for my niece because she has no clue of what to do.
Okay.
So I don't know any of the details.
So
I know it's over his entire body. It's
mm-hmm.
on his genitals. I mean, it's cracking his skin. It's blistering up. It's bleeding at times.
Is y'all sure it's eczema then? Is it flaking real bad?
That's what the doctor says.
So if it is eczema, in
mm-hmm.
fact eczema, because that sound like something else, but if it is in fact eczema, we dealing with a parasite called the hemith worm. Severe eczema, just like severe acne, just like itchy elbow disease, just like chicken pox, just like smallpox. All of these are part of the herpes family. So eczema is actually a part of the herpes family. The herpes family is over 118 in them. 106 is now prone. It used to only be 18, but now they figuring out over 106 of them humans can actually get, and some of them are even zootropic, meaning you can get them for dealing with certain type of animals and eating certain type of animals. So if it is eczema, if that is the case, we dealing with a parasite. And not only is we dealing with a parasite, we're dealing with millions of them. And what they're doing is secreting all of their byproducts inside of his lymphatic system, inside of his nervous system, and inside of his mucous membrane, and sometimes being the blood. So what the body does is, if the kidneys is not filtrating properly because the adrenal glands is not online, you have something called a third kidney, or your largest organ on your body, which is we call the skin. And the skin will start pooping out all the byproducts that your cells are utilizing from eating foods. Plus it will start pooping out all the byproducts from the microbiota. Remember, I tell you that the cells is made of the body is made of 150 trillion cells. These cells have to eat. These cells have to poop. These cells have to do all of that. So where do all the waste go? If the waste is not going through the lymphatic system and ending up at the kidneys to actually be filtrated out through the urine, then what happened is it will sit in the skin, and the skin is so smart. That's why we have to change the way we look at disease. I know that the baby's suffering, but we have to ask ourselves, do the body know what it's doing? So y'all looking at it like he's miserable and this is the most nastiest disease ever, but I'm looking at it like, the body works because his skin is opening up because his kidneys is not filtrating the metabolic waste out, and his skin is doing a job. We just have to keep it from clogging and scabbing up on the skin. So what I would do is I would send an email to orders at YahkiAwaken.com, tag me and Kawhi in it, explain everything, send the pictures, and what we would do is we would treat it like I can't say treat because they get me on that. We will act as if it's a herpes case, and we will send parasite cleansers and things like that. But not only that, we will send you something topically as well. And then, make sure that she get her some a bunch of aloe vera leaves, some real aloe vera leaves. You can order these from Amazon whole, and they will send them to the house, and do him aloe vera baths where you just sit him in tubs of aloe vera and you rub it on his skin. That will be so relieving for that young king. That will relieve so much pain and so much irritants and so much itching from him at that. And then after that, you just soak him up in shea butter. Soak him up in shea butter. Make sure inside that shea butter, y'all put drops, just a few drops of actual oil of oregano from the Mediterranean. Oil of oregano in there, and that will help heal them sores. Now, while we doing that, you're going to have to rub some Mediterranean on his spine, because I'm pretty sure that the hemith worm then got that ganglion nerve, and it's expressing its way throughout his axis of the nerves. So we got to do that, and you got to put him on things that's going to cleanse parasites off, like cloves. Cloves is good for parasites. Wormwood is good for parasites. Black walnut hull, but actually the green walnut hull, that is good for parasites. And while we doing that, we just cleansing up the lymphatic system. We use the juniper berries, and we using stuff like that to get the adrenals online, to kick on the lymphatic system. That way you can start urinating these things out, and you will start seeing slowly but surely that his skin is actually getting better and better, because he's getting rid of the parasites that's causing the irritants. Now, to me, that don't sound like actual eczema. It sounds like something called SIBO, SIBO, and it sounds like that it's a gut issue, and he's not fermenting his food quickly enough, and it sounds like that his skin is growing a bunch of fungus out of it. That's what it sounds like to me, but I want to see those pictures. And if it's that, then that's a whole different problem, and we have to go about it a whole nother way. But if it is eczema, put that baby on an 80% raw fruit diet and a 20% raw watery vegetable diet. That baby shouldn't be eating nothing else but that. Raw. Do not cook the food. Food's high.
Now he is only about 7 months.
Oh, 7 months. Oh, 7 months. Okay. So is the baby breastfed?
I believe, she breastfeeds. She breastfeeds the baby.
So I guess you got to ask your sister, do she have any type of herpes or stuff too?
My niece. I think the second thing that you just said sounds like what the issue
it's a fermentation problem. Now that can be, that's what it sounds like to me. It sounds like a SIBO fermentation, scaly, like not the skin taking a poop, but the skin is turning into scales, and these scales is nothing.
Yes, exactly.
And that's fungus.
It gets inflamed.
Yes,
and the pus,
exactly,
or cracks and bleeds.
So now that's a whole different way we gonna have to handle handle this situation. With this one, the breast milk can kind of be like part of the problem, to be honest with you, because the breast milk is galactose. These galactose is full of high sugar. You see what I'm saying? Like it's literally like 80% sugar to 0.7% protein. So it's nothing but sugar. And that sugar means that the kidneys and adrenals are not utilizing the sugar right. So that sugar is fermenting throughout the bloodstream and it's fermenting in the skin and it's causing these fungus pockets to come out of the skin. Now, so with that, we're going to have to do something totally different. And she might have to change the way she feed the baby. She might have to do breast milk sometimes, and then she might have to do, some homemade apple juice with some coconut water. She going to have to switch it up a little bit to bring in more electrolytes, because it might be the fermentation. So we got to check the gut of the baby. Now, we don't heal off age. We heal everybody. We heal off weight. So according to the weight of the baby, we'll still put that baby on some type of herbal package just to clean out the digestive tract and to cleanse the blood, because I'm pretty sure that blood is super dirty if it's that much fungus building up on them.
Okay. So I sent you a picture of just like his head, his face.
You just sent it?
This stuff is everywhere, like in his ears, on his back, and between his legs, everywhere. So should I send more pictures when I email you guys?
Yeah, send everything you got. Send everything you got, and if I can, by tomorrow, I'll look at it tomorrow, and let's look at it. But either way, we still gonna have to deworm them. So we still gonna treat it like a parasite, but now we know that it's probably, I'm gonna look at it and I'll be able to tell once I look at it. It did. Have y'all sent any type of skin samples off to them?
I will find out. Now that I've had this conversation with you, I'm gonna find out everything that I can from her by tomorrow, and then make sure that I have that information when I email you. And then if you want to just write down my name, or I can text my IG name to this WhatsApp.
That's cool. I'm finna write it down on my. Text it to me and just tell me your name. I got your number, so I'm finna write this down now, and I'm gonna put a sticky note on my computer, because we don't play about the babies.
Okay,
now.
let me.
How you spell your name?
I don't want to lose you. Okay, so I think I follow you from my health page. It's like Misty Town. I don't know. I think I'm the only one with a name like that. Misty Town, one word, like my heat journey or something like that.
Okay, I got you, Misty Town.
I'm not big on IG. I'm sorry.
I got you. We'll find you though.
Yeah, and then I'll email you guys and I'll get the rest of that information. I'm so grateful. Thank you so much.
I'm putting a sticky note on my computer. It's on my laptop.
Thank you.
So
God bless. Thank you so much, Scott.
All right, peace.
Good night.
So yeah, we don't play about them children, y'all. But look, with that being said, I'm finna get up out of here. Peace, love, light, and healing. Peace, love, light, and healing. Let me unplug that.
214-28.
If y'all need any type of healing, remember the website is under construction because of the cyber attack. So you can't just go to YahkiAwaken.com no more. If you do, it's going to take you and it's going to give you instructions on how to actually reach out to us. The best way to contact us is literally by calling the warehouse. You see the warehouse been ringing off the hook because y'all don't listen, but I get it. But the warehouse is phone lines is open, and it tells you to actually reach out to us through orders at YahkiAwaken.com. Make sure y'all get y'all tickets for the seminar. Fly out and come see us. Come kick it with us. Come build with us. Hopefully that y'all learned a lot from this whole entire transmission and segment. I love y'all. Peace, love, light, and healing. Peace to the gods. Peace to the earth. Peace. Make sure that y'all put where y'all from in the comment board. We trying to narrow it down. Oh, matter of fact, I got some giveaways. I'm tripping. I got some giveaways. I ain't forgot. I got some giveaways. Hold on. I'm going to give away 2-3 bitters with a quiz. That's how I'm going to do it tonight. 2-3 bitters with a quiz. Who been listening tonight? Let's see what I got. All right, first question. And if I pick somebody and it ain't the first one, don't hate me, y'all. You know what I'm saying? You picked the wrong. Y'all messaging so much, y'all. It's so many. I might see the first one and it ain't the first one. But at least I'm giving away some shit for free. I'm giving away knowledge for free, giving away products for free. I'm trying my hardest, y'all. Like, damn. All right, so check this out. When a black person, so-called black person, goes to the doctor, what standards in statistics are they treated by? Who got it? What standards in statistics are they treated by? Who got it? Come on, y'all. The first person I see get some 3 bitters. Who got it? When a so-called Negro go to the doctor, what? Okay, but y'all got to tell me the age. Okay, look, this who got it so far. Hold on. Where she at? I don't want to lose her. Her name start with an S. Where she at? Y'all texting so fast. Y'all be crazy. So that's who I see got it. That's the first person I see that got it. Was Sarah Johnson, a 40-year-old white man. Sarah Johnson, that's who I seen that had it. All right. So Sarah Johnson, what I need you to do is, since we on Facebook, just go to my actual messages and put your full name and your address, and we'll ship these out to you tomorrow. All right. All right, I got 3 of them. Here go my next one. Let's see. Let's see what we got here. I want to give a good one. I'm gonna give a good one. Let's see. Oh, I got one for y'all. What part of the brain that I showed y'all that's in so-called black people that's actually bigger and more emotional than the Caucasian, so-called Caucasian? It starts with an O. Who got it? It starts with an O. What part of our brain that's bigger and have more emotional functionality than the so-called white man? Who got it? Let's see who got it. Sarah won the first one. Who got this one? It's not the pineal gland. It's OFC. Plant God got that one. Look, Plant God. Bring it on in though. What do it stand for? What do it stand for though? Somebody give me the whole name of it. Up there, she got it. Neek got it. Ain't none of y'all got the whole full name. So look, Plant God and Neek. Since I seen y'all with the first one, I'll give it away from. I'll give y'all some bitters. Forget it. Y'all writing the abbreviations. So Plant God and Neek Watson. Y'all make sure y'all hit me up. Rather, if y'all are on YouTube, send me an email to orders@yahkiawaken.com. But if y'all on my Facebook, send it to my Facebook Messenger. And it's called the amygdala, y'all. Y'all spelling it all wrong. The amygdala. TM, the first person that really spelt the whole thing right. I want to take y'all to give it to them, but I already said y'all. I'm going to do one more. So look, I'm going to give away 4. I'm going to give away 4 then 3, family. It's my last one. I'm going to get a good one. I got to get a real good one. And y'all, this all don't y'all taking it too serious, because y'all taking it too serious. It's just we're giving away free stuff, y'all. Just be happy somebody getting this stuff. All right, y'all. This one is for 3 bitters and a shirt. 3 bitters and a shirt, y'all. Name 2 reasons. I need 2 reasons why so-called Caucasians can eat the carnivore diet and we can't. What do they have that we don't have that they can eat the carnivore diet and we can't? Give me 2 of them. 2 of them. Let's see. And there better be some good ones. You get 3 bitters and you get a shirt of your size. They said, no, y'all keep this shit serious. Y'all is funny, man. Y'all got me bugging up. Come on, give me 2 of them. Why can they body break down proteins and yours can't? All right, so look. So, son of a king, you right, but I need to know why. You saying teeth and stomach acid, why? If you can tell me now, I'll give it to you. If you can break down why. I see your why is right, but why? What about they teeth? What about the stomach? What about the teeth and what about the stomach, son of man? Since you was the first person I seen it. Give me the why. Or somebody beat them to it, y'all will get it. I need to know the why. What about the teeth? And what about the stomach? Somebody said small teeth, but what about the small? Okay, hold on. Here we go. Rodney, hold on. I think Rodney, sharp teeth, and they produce, and they no, they Rodney, they do produce acid. Rodney, you almost had it, man. My bad, Rodney, for putting you on the spot like that, brother. This is fun, man. Small teeth. Hold on. Oh, man, I just seen one. Where is that? Boy, y'all be moving on her. See, that's why y'all can't get mad at me. The way y'all texting on this deal, man. Where is it at? Man, y'all moving too quick. Sharper teeth and hot stomach. Up, here we go. Hold on. Higher oral acidity, hotter. I'm going to get that to you, RC. RC, that's a good one. Higher oral acidity and hotter gastric juices. I will get that to you. Just, I need to know. So you got to, so RC, I need, because if you shoot me an email, I wonder how we going to do that. I need to know that this is you. So RC, I need to know, because you only got RC with this thing. Let's see. I got to prove that this you if you hit me up in my email. That's why I wish you was on Facebook. RC, if you don't mind giving your email out real quick, give your email out, and I'll make sure I email you. Because you hit it right. Now, let me screenshot it just in case I don't see it. Now, I'll reach out to you on YouTube. Man, I got to get a better way of doing this, man. We need a better way of doing quizzes, and I need a better way of making phone calls. I ain't going to lie. Now, B, we got to get on that. I need a better way of making phone calls, now, B, and a better way of doing these wins. All right, there it is, y'all. There it is. And for those who won the stuff last week, we shipped y'all stuff out. We seen that y'all got it. Could y'all please send me some pictures just to show the people that people really do get their wins. Like, I do ship stuff out and y'all actually do get the stuff y'all win. Nobody posts the pictures when y'all win stuff and we ship them out, and how it's completely free. So if anybody that won stuff from me, post it. Tag me. I reshare all of y'all stories on my IG and on my Facebook. So make sure y'all do that. Make sure y'all like. If y'all are on here, make sure y'all like this. And make sure y'all share this everywhere so we can keep this going as well. Don't worry, RC. I'll contact you. I see you on Facebook and I see your picture. So I'll contact you. I mean, on Instagram. Congratulations to y'all. Look, I'm finna get up out of here, y'all. Peace, love, light, and healing. Peace, love, light, and healing. Peace to the gods. Peace to the earth. Hey, make sure to do me a favor. Once we hang up this live, go on the comment board. Put what you liked about this entire video. Even if you dislike something, put it in the comment board and state where you from. State where you from. Put your state and city where you from in the comment board. Not on the live, but on the comment board once the video is posted. That way, once we done with all of our live segments, we can put them together, and whichever city we see the most of, that's where we going to first. That's where we going to first. I mean, well, second, because we're going to Texas first. That's going to be our next city. All right, peace, love, light, and healing. Peace to the gods, peace to earth. Blessings.